Hopefully, you can change that thumbnail.
Scrap Garth.
Garth, yeah,
you're
Garth's
first.
there.
What
You
is
hear
this?
us? How is everything? That is dark.
Very dark. Move it closer.
How close do you want this thing?
I wonder if we need to bring the light behind us. You think that would help?
I think that light might be messing it up.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's very dark. Let me. I don't know what to do here.
Try the
Just brighten up your screen. It's you, not us.
the lamp closer.
Yeah, I wonder if it's picking it up over here, making everything else dark.
Well, then I'll try turning it off.
Try to turn it off. Well, we got Don on here. Donna.
Put the light in front of you, Garth said. That didn't really help. Put it right behind us or put it in front of us.
Maybe it's my computer.
Yeah, I think it's your computer.
I think so. Can I help it? A little bit?
I guess. Put the light in front of us.
Maybe. I think that's a little better.
It's a little bit better.
I guess you guys get what you get.
Your shadows. Yeah, we're
are.
trying to figure that out. I don't know if it's the camera. Put what in front? You try putting it in front.
It's what? Is it lagging behind?
Yeah.
Get better equipment?
Yeah. Are you gonna buy the equipment, Garth?
It's not Garth, it's Garth. What are you doing? Listen, we're trying to be live here. You're interrupting it.
It's good now. How that really brightens it up. How's that? It's still funny looking, but
I think we need some lights, cameras, some action.
Guess so.
Definitely better equipment. I think we're in the Stone Ages.
All right, Garth, send us the equipment and we'll use it. So, how is everybody doing out there tonight? Everybody afraid the sky's falling?
Much better. Yes. It looks a little better. It's still grainy. It's not, I mean, it's a...
Hello, Darius.
Oh, that looks better. That looks much
that looks
better.
a lot better.
Our computer don't look very well. But we had a technical analyst show us. It looks better.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
who of you out there on the road this weekend? You guys out? Where you at? We're lucky enough, I guess, to finally get home this weekend.
Yeah, finally being 2 weeks out.
Yeah. Just started. Thank you, Darius.
Love the channel. Thank you.
Yes.
A lot of motivation. Let me just say real quick. We try to be very, very helpful, but I do want to put disclaimers that I don't want to encourage anybody to get a hot shotting, but at the same time, I don't want to discourage anybody getting the hot shotting. I want to put this channel together for people to learn from, I guess, from us and our mistakes and what we are learning. So with that being said, I want everybody they can to kind of do their own due diligence before getting into this. One thing I found, there's a lot of people on YouTube, in my opinion, not putting out accurate information. So again, that's one reason I want to put this. I want to do a YouTube video, I guess a channel. So just quick disclaimer there. I just want to put that out there. So stuck in hotel in Illinois. Yeah,
we were stuck in one last weekend.
Yeah, luckily we're in Miami, stuck down there. We had some sunshine, a lot of rain, but some sunshine, some time by the pool. So not too bad.
Atlanta.
ATL.
Okay, you're gonna be starting out next month. That's really cool.
Non-CDL Hotshot.
Yeah. Are you going out on your own authority? Garth, well said. Well, of course, Garth. It's always well said.
Yeah, it is. This isn't scripted at all. No, it really isn't.
Garth wants us to start scripting in the
Yeah, he does.
Your own authority. That's really good.
All right. You got your own equipment?
Have you done your insurance yet? I heard Georgia is really expensive. MVP, where are you at? Where are you stuck at? You don't have a load yesterday and still nothing for Monday?
Out of Illinois.
Oh, is that he's in Illinois?
He's out of
Yeah.
Illinois.
Really, Illinois should be pretty easy to get out of.
Yeah, especially I don't know exactly where you're at, but I mean Chicago is a hub for transportation. I think all railroads. I know the big four run there, so I mean there's stuff coming and going out of Chicago all day long, except for weekends. They don't move freight on weekends for some reason.
Still stay in I know not much shows up on the weekend, but still stay in the boards on the weekend. There's a lot that will come up, and some of them include emails. And so there's been times over the weekend that we've done that and got a load for Monday over the weekend by finding the load and emailing the broker. And some of them even answer their phone, because the ones that really want to book their loads, they'll answer their phone. So just stay on them.
Absolutely. You'll find something out of Illinois, no problem.
You applied for your authority just recently, Darius? Your truck next week? You know what kind of truck you're going to go with?
Truck and trailer? What size trailer are you getting?
South of Rockport. Is that somewhere near Illinois? Do you do your own dispatching, or do you have a dispatcher? I don't know. Rockport.
Oh, we're looking south there. Not too far from Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you keep an eye on those boards, you'll get out of there no problem.
Your boss does the dispatching.
Oh, so you work under their authority. Yeah. So you're going with a Ram, 30-foot, getting dispatched by Hard Rock T. There you go.
Yeah, I heard that he's really good at that. Especially, I think he's in the area too, isn't he? Isn't he in Atlanta?
I don't really know where he's out of. I think
somebody said he's in that area.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Hard Rock's out of, but I in my opinion, non-CDL, 30-foot, I think that's the way to go. You're saving some weight, at least 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, I agree too.
We got some Yo on there, Southern Georgia Hotshot.
Where are you stuck at this weekend, Robert? Anywhere good?
I just finished watching your last video.
You watched it without me?
I couldn't wait any longer. I mean, this is some good stuff out there.
Pittsburgh.
Hey, stop by.
Oh yeah, you ended up having to hold that thing for the weekend then for the airport. Yeah. We probably passed you yesterday coming out of Philadelphia or whatever state.
Harrisburg.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you're not far though from where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, dropping in the airport. Did you get held up at the airport before that? The one I think you said you did were doing in New York or somewhere?
Yeah, Hard Rock Tees thinks it's out of Georgia.
So you already know you're picking up in Canton, Robert, on Monday? That's good. You're already ahead. Stuck there for 4 hours in the airport. Yeah, they're no fun to go in.
That one time we I had that luggage buggy or whatever it was
that
going
red
in.
Tote that tug along.
I made them come get it.
Yeah.
I made them get a rollback and come get it.
They wanted us to take it in LaGuardia, and we knew that would be a long time, so they came outside the gates and picked it up.
Yeah, you come get that thing. I'm not going in there. Mm-hmm. I got other loads. Which we did. I headed 0.6 miles to pick up another load.
We haven't. That worked out good. We ended up getting that load. It was literally right down the street.
Yeah, it was.
From that one. But hi, Michael. We are doing good since we are back home.
We're doing good. We've left the 90-degree weather, and I think it's 50 right now.
Yes, that's why we are in coats, and Justin just had a stocking hat on.
Oh, I have to keep my hair down. It was just like a puff ball. That's why. So I had that on. We got 27 people. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, we just lost 2.
Probably because you're talking about your hair.
I was
This Hotshot channel, not a.
I was explaining. It needs cut.
Yeah, it does.
Raining in Texas.
Is it really?
It's been raining pretty hard out there. It moves this way.
You're getting a 2019 Ram on Monday?
You guys are killing me. I'm a Ford guy. Come on.
Will that be your first truck?
Yeah.
Florida always it's hard to get out of. Yeah, it is. Florida is hard to get out of. But every time that we've stayed in northern Florida, it hasn't been bad.
Yeah, Jacksonville North, it's good.
It's not great, but if you stay north, I think it's a lot better.
Yeah, the nice thing about Florida, actually, we could find loads bounce around in southern Florida all day long. We ran one load 16 miles. We got paid $500 for it. Another load was 24 miles. I think that was $250. I don't know. Yeah. You can find loads bouncing around through there. It's not too bad.
Seems like if you drop below Orlando, then you just really, it gets a lot harder to get out. But if you stay north of that, especially around Jacksonville and stuff, you usually can get out okay. But Florida down there is like a hurricane.
It was rough.
Oh, down here, down to 87. Happy Pappy, really?
Yeah, it's cooling down. That.
You got to be freezing.
Yeah.
You got your heat on?
That's how those Floridians. Is that
Floridians?
People who live in Florida. That's how they are. I mean, it hits 85 degrees, and they're out there stocking hats and hoodies. And
Jennifer, I agree. Let's not get them started on that.
She brought it up.
It's better, so that's all you guys need to know.
Hey, did you see the last video with the backhoe with all that poison ivy growing up around it?
That's why I told him we're not taking that load, because I can only imagine how long you guys would have had to hear about it if he had to undo all that poison ivy off of that actual hoe of the backhoe. That would have just...
I would have been in the hospital getting shots in my body and what's that stuff called? Benadryl?
Yep. Well, that would have been nice, though, because the Benadryl would have made you sleep. So
then who's driving?
I don't care. At least you
Happy
be
Pappy.
Quiet for a while. Yeah.
Call Happy Pappy to drive us home.
First 40-foot trailer. Oh, first truck, 40-foot trailer. Oh, that's really good.
Are you running non-CDL?
Where are you located, too? So Michael's a Ford guy, too.
Yeah, there you go, Michael. I used to be a Chevy guy. Then I converted to Ford. I have to admit it. I still can't get in the mood for Dodges or Rams, whatever you want to call them nowadays.
Let's see, MVP says he drives a 14 Ram. He loves it. Every Dodge I've had in the past has been duds. My previous Hotshot truck was a Chevy Ram outpost by far. To be honest, I know Justin hates his Fords, but we've had some of issues. Yeah, Rams.
Let's clear that up real quick.
But we've had some issues with our Ford.
Someone just asked that. How many miles? I think I'm getting ready to roll 41,000. So
it's just been a lot of nonstop little issues, but Ford's kind of getting bad on their customer service part of it. Yeah. And that's what's frustrating too.
But powertrain wise, that thing will pull all day long. I got the oversized load. I should have never pulled it with my truck, but that truck pulled that much weight with no problems.
We have contemplated, you gotta be honest, we have contemplated if we ever got another truck, possibly going, I know, you hate to say it.
I hate to say it.
But you've contemplated it.
I have, Jason Clark has that new Ram he just bought, and I like the interior of that. as for the outside of the truck, you know that I'm not
I
too
like
thrilled
those
about
big
it.
screens though that they put in them now.
I admit, you know, maybe we'll see how Ford turns out. Right now, I'm okay with it. So
We'll see.
we'll go with what we have for now.
Bill asked, "What's the difference between Hotshot and driving a big truck?" So obviously we've never drove a big truck, but my brother has a trucking company with larger trucks, and
One's big, one's
I don't
little.
know. So I would say obviously the load sizes are different, but the biggest thing that I think is a plus for being a hot shot would be our expenses are so much lower than what a a big rig would be. So that's nice. So if we do end up having, like yesterday, we just decided, which you guys haven't seen that video yet, we just decided to go deadhead on home from Pennsylvania, mainly because we need to get home for the weekend anyhow. So I couldn't imagine doing it though if you had a big rig to, have to deadhead home.
Yeah, I can't really speak for big rigs. But I think they average about 5 miles per gallon unloaded. And so, I was getting about 12.3, I believe. So it's a big difference and expensive.
Plus the other good thing is there's been a lot of loads lately that actually want hot shots, and there's been some that we've taken that they did it because there had been no way a big truck could have got into that space. So I think some places are starting to lean more toward that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of places that there's no way a big rig would ever get into. And that's one thing I like about hot shotting, especially, we stay in hotels. 95% of the hotels I get into, there's no way a big rig could get into them. It's difficult for me in my 30-foot.
I have John saying I'm gonna have to leave this channel. Too many Ford guys.
Hey, come on. We talked about there might be that much conversion in there.
Yeah. So he's actually talking about it.
Yeah, but you just need to come on over here.
Let's see. AW looking for a new truck. 387,000 miles on his Eco Diesel. Wow.
Yeah. Which they can discontinue those for a few years, and they came back with them.
Yeah, that's a lot though. Hey, Mingo.
Oh, he was number 301.
You're our number 301.
Yeah, he was.
Glad to have you on here tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad to get out of Florida.
Yeah, I'm glad to be out of Florida too. Did you see Truck and Trailer channel also talking about
Truck and Travel?
Oh, Truck and Travel. Yeah, we saw it. I mean, we've had emails since that video aired asking us our opinion on what we're seeing out there. So I guess we'll kind of address that right now and what we're seeing out there, and I'll kind of take care of some of the emails. But people are pretty much emailing us asking if the sky's falling and transportation industry is going out of business and freaking out. So this is all our opinion based on what we see, what we experience, and all those sort of things. But before this, if you've seen our introduction video, Justin worked in. There's our 16-year-old, apparently.
I'm like a 5-year-old.
He worked in the transportation railroad, is what I was trying to say. So, we were used to the ups and downs in transportation in that way. It's what happens. You may have high times, low times, but if you're smart during the high times, you're saving the money to ride out the low times. It's just everything kind of has its ups and downs. So what we are seeing out there right now is we personally see that I do see a little bit change in the boards in the last few weeks. But there's still plenty of good paying loads out there. You just have to be on the boards, and you have to be constantly and actively looking. You have to have that drive, you have to have commitment, and you have to be willing to hustle. If that load that is going to make you the most money is going in an opposite direction than you prefer to go, you need to just follow that load. as long as it's not taking you to like a dead area or
Right.
something.
See, I think people are out there, Chicken Little saying the sky is falling. Um, Being down in Miami, there's shopping malls getting built, hotels, apartments. I mean, it's nonstop. Most of the hotels we go to are getting remodeled, or new hotels are getting built next to it. Who's moving that stuff to get there? It's freight that has to be trucked in. So I mean, our economy is growing.
Yeah, for those of you, for people that are actually out on the road doing this, they're going to see this. They're going to see the shopping malls being built, the hotels being built, the hotels being remodeled. We were just at a construction shop site
Right.
dropping off something last week, and a couple weeks before that, a construction site. We've been at gas plant construction sites. We're at all these places moving these materials because things are being built. And if you think about it, these investors are not stupid. They're not investing their money in these sort of things, knowing that everything's crashing. So I don't see that that's the case. I think there's more good coming. With the wall being built in Texas, there's stuff going down there. Trade agreements opening up Canadian and Mexican borders are in the works. But I think right now, what is causing these a little bit of fluctuation is the boards, is the influx of like non-CDL or just CDL, whatever, Hotshotters.
There's guys just wanting to get in here because to be honest with you, 18, from my understanding, my research, was a great year. So it brought an influx of people in.
A lot of them are in just to make a quick money,
That's
quick
what it
buck.
is.
So they're not doing it correctly. A lot of them are not doing it legally. And so they're the ones that can take loads for 80 cents a mile because they don't care that they're going to buy new tires, down the road because they don't plan on still being in it. So I think all this is causing some of that problem, but they'll naturally be weeded out. Nobody can sustain their car payment, their truck payment, their trailer payment on continually taking 80 cents a mile trips. So everybody will eventually don't have that commitment, don't have that drive, will be weeded out. And I think things will go back up. So my advice is, if you're already in it, just hang on, keep being committed, keep working hard, and be smart when the times are good. Work as much as you can and save for those days that it may be a little bad. And to address some of those bigger companies closing, a lot of times it has to do with management. And a lot of those companies hire kind of the not so good drivers with bad records and all these things. They come in, they raise their rates because they have high insurance due to their driving records. They tear up their equipment. I mean, just all sorts of things, make them lose, they don't deliver on time, make them lose contracts. And so, of course, eventually they may go under. So that's kind of what we see.
Yeah, it's not the economy that's driving these people down. But when these mega companies fall, that leaves little companies like mine and whoever else is out there. We're allowed to acquire those accounts. So in some ways, it's a good thing. So there's a lot of people out there saying the bottom's falling out. That's not true. I just read a report that actually for flatbedding, the rates are actually increasing a little bit. Now, if you're into reefers and vans, that price is dropping. So, I mean, it's a small fluctuation of up and down. It's like that in every single industry.
Right. So you can even be in a factory. I mean, we know this. People in factory gets laid off. If the economy drops, things stop in production, you may go through a bad time. Justin went through several furloughed years in the railroad during kind of the recession of was 08.
08, 09.
Yeah. The one layoff was a year and a half. That was rough. It was really rough. But then when he got back to work, he just took advantage of every overtime, every money he could make. So then, you can ride out the storms when they come along. But I do think it's something that people have to proceed with caution. And if you're going to do it, you're going to have to be very committed. If you're committed and you have desire to do this.
Right. And do your own research. Like I said many other times, do your own research. There's people out there, they're not economists. They don't understand what they're saying. it goes back to, are you going to hustle and be out there and make the money?
Yes.
That's really what it boils down to.
See, Dan said in your videos, your trucks looks like a short bed. Do you wish you had bought a long bed?
I went back and forth on that. There's a lot of guys say there's no way you can ever pull a gooseneck with a short wheelbase. To me, it was a weight difference. If I can save weight up front, it's more weight on the back, in my opinion. It still kind of goes back and forth. For me, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I don't see an issue really. Garth wants us to come on to the F650.
F600.
He says 650.
No, not 650. I'll go to the F600.
Oh,
Um,
I thought about getting somebody said here.
where are we at? Thought about getting a cheap Dodge. They're like 10,000 less, but look worse. Sleeper and single cab. Yeah, Derek. It's up to you. You don't have to go out and get new. Just whatever you can do. It's sometimes just a starting platform. If you have to go used trailer, used truck. If you want to be in it, you're going to run hard, be successful. But again, it's a starting platform. If you want to get a sleeper cabin, that's great. That's where we're at with that.
See, Todd says, "Hey guys, a little late, but to the party, but I'm glad I'm here. Let's roll."
Yeah, we're rolling. Thank you.
Yep. Phil, your answer was perfect, and I do have a CDL with all endorsements. I drive a tanker truck in town and have a 35 Chevy. Perfect. Thank you on the answer.
It's time to put the Chevy down. Sorry.
35 Chevy? Does that mean like a old?
3500.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought you meant like you had an antique one too.
Antique.
Not to hotshot with, but as something to do.
Well, I mean, you go antique and you don't have to put an ELD in there.
Yeah. See, Jennifer, ran in the Northeast New York area this past week and kind of sucked. I've been meaning to ask you all. I was under the impression that you need a special permit to run in New York. Is this true? So you need in New York, you can do one of two things. One, if you're going to go in New York and not go in there very often, you can go to their website and get a temporary, it's like what, 72-hour permit?
It is 72 hours, yes.
If you do that, do it through their, is it through the Oscar website?
Yeah, Oscar.
I think through there is like $15, somewhere around there. At first we had somebody trying to send us to some third-party place to get the permit, and it was going to be like 150, wasn't it?
It was very expensive. I think it's 120. But after I got ready to pay, the lady's like, "You don't even need it. You got IFTA." So then I ended up calling the Department of Taxation in New York, and they said you have to have one. I think it's above 18,000 pounds, regardless of IFTA. So you got to have that HUD sticker.
So yeah, that's the other option. So if you do plan on running in New York, and if you don't plan on running there a lot anyhow, I would just go ahead and get the HUD sticker. It's $1.50. And then you just stick it to your truck. But you have to have that. New York, in our opinion, they're pretty picky on things, and they're doing inspections all the time. It's a lot different than the South, where in the South, when we've gone through inspections and stuff, they've been really nice and seem to be a little more lenient on things. New York, not really.
Yeah, they're pretty sticklers up there. So I mean, yeah, you gotta get that HUD sticker. Go through, like I said, New York Department of Taxation, and they'll take care of you.
We plan on running in the Northeast hopefully this week, because we wanted to see how freight's moving there and stuff.
Yeah, you got Happy Pappy. Original Hotshots were used for loads for rush jobs.
That's what I had heard.
Yeah, for me, I'm a history type of person. Before I get into any kind of business, I like to know the background understanding of everything, and that's what Hotshots used to be. They used to be able to get that load on there and get moving without following all the regulations as truckers. Eventually, obviously, that caught up with everybody. So we're at
Elizabeth, she had said hi.
yeah.
Hi, Lizzie. I'm glad you came on. Let's see. Do you all run in NC very much? Never get a good answer. Yeah, we're in the South quite a bit, as in specifically North Carolina. When we're running in the South on a regular basis, we usually end up in North Carolina at some point in time. Usually, every time we're down there, we're either going through or running loads in there. Loads seem to do pretty well in North Carolina. A lot of them run from North Carolina. We notice they usually go to like Virginia, South Carolina, or even Tennessee. That's kind of where we notice the loads in North Carolina go to.
So yeah, I mean, North Carolina's it's a pretty good area.
Yeah.
One of the bad things is kind of demographically, geographically.
Yeah.
Yes, work with me now. Everything seems to be a little more spread out. So industries are kind of more spread out. That's what I'm trying to say. So it kind of makes it a little more difficult, but there's work there.
Yeah. Let's see.
When are you and Happy Pappy?
Going to me? I don't know. Happy Pappy.
Well, he said he waves to us every time we pass through Florida.
He probably does. He probably sees us go through there and waves.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Happy Pappy. Come on, Happy Pappy. Everybody is curious about you.
Yeah.
We need to meet and greet.
Do it live. Oh, we got a railroad worker in here. Michael, what do you do now? Are you conductor, engineer? You work another department.
Slow Lane said, is the mile per mile rate declining? Are your gross weeklies up or down or unchanged? So I kind of touched on that a little bit ago. I have seen a slight difference in the boards. The biggest thing that I'm seeing is there seems to be more crap loads being put up, like stupid, that nobody should even be touching, like 50 cents, 70 cents, 80 cents a mile trips. Nobody should even be touching those loads. But those are honestly usually with brokers that I don't even want to work with to begin with.
Yeah, there's one that's, I'm not going to say their name, but they're out of northern Michigan. They're a brokerage. They're seriously 50 cents a mile. Why anybody's touching these loads, I don't know.
And they're not tiny loads. They'll be like 15,000 pound loads, and they want you to move them for nothing. So seems like to be more of these stupid loads going up. But those are the people that are not committed, and they're thinking, oh, I can run this trip and make $1,000, But yeah, you're making $1,000 on a 1,500 mile trip.
Yeah, my guess is these brokers, they're not going to be around very long.
Is our gross weekly up or down or unchanged? So we've just been all over the place this last 4 weeks. We've been really off our game for a lot of reasons. One, we did the spring break with our kids. So, I mean, the miles that we still ran, we still did like maybe $1.80 a mile on those weeks, but we wasn't trying to work. We were just getting loads to get us down there and loads to get us back. Then the next week we took off, and then last week we had a pretty good week until we took that thing down to Florida. So, Meekin, get down.
I think he wants to be live.
Yeah, I guess so. He's wanting to be seen too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that week that we started out, not this week, but the week before, it was pretty much on average of what we see. Then we went down to obviously Miami, and that kind of threw us off. And then this truck being overweight and taking extra time made us lose a day of revenue. And then I don't know if on the video that's out now you saw it. The next thing that we got, we had to wait 2.5 hours, so we lost a few days of revenue this week because of everything that happened. Actually, probably we lost about 2 trips.
Yeah, which most of it was our fault. We knew Miami was going to be rough.
Right.
So we're kind of in the dark here. Where am I at? Because my dog was trying to eat me.
I don't know.
So Happy Pappy, we're going around circles, and you know what? We hit that turnpike so many times in Miami back and forth. We seriously was going around in circles.
I was getting dizzy. They kept driving in circles.
I was getting dizzy.
See, I think he was watching us because we were getting on and off that turnpike. Every time we put something in GPS, it says proceed to the Florida Turnpike. I think there's no other routes around Florida except the Florida Turnpike. And a lot of it is very suspicious. You don't even know what you're going to be charged, or just say they'll send you a bill with administrative charges.
Yeah, well, I can't wait till that rolls in.
How many years in the industry do you all have? Well, like we was just talking about, Justin was in the railroad transportation industry for what, 11 years, 12 years, something like that. And then we've just been doing this for not very long. So, we're still learning this part of it. Todd, they're playing Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah, we are.
We must be.
I think Happy Pappy's droning us. That's how
Yes.
he's GPS tracking. I don't know.
Jennifer, how are these guys getting the loads without their MC and insurance?
That's a good question.
There are some that do have their MC and insurance. There are other ones that go and run under other people's MC and insurances, and some of these other guys' MC is crappy, but they just hire people on. They take these cheap loads and nobody cares. So that's one thing we've seen. We even know of somebody that's going through that now, where the person they're working for has a pretty crappy MC and they're unfortunately getting really crappy paying loads. So I think that's what happens. I've heard of a lot of guys and kind of see this where they don't even get numbers and they haul things, and then if they're stopped, they say, I'm hauling this for a friend or a relative or whatever. So, I mean, that's those kind of people that's, driving some of these rates lower and making some of these rates go up or go to, putting up these crappy rates. Happy
No.
Pappy, they kept saying, Total, we're not in Kansas anymore. No, we were saying, please, are we not in Florida anymore?
Yeah, get us out of here. I was about to get on an airplane flying out.
I know, we were trying to find Happy Pappy and hoping he'd lead us out. I know. Do you exist, Happy Pappy?
Where are you?
Are you on here as another name too? I mean, really.
I really think he has another YouTube channel that nobody knows about.
If we do meet you, are you going to kind of be hidden halfway up like Wilson on Home Improvement?
No, we're gonna have to blur him out. Have all the, all the blur there. We finally found him.
Dan, have you all figured out your true cost per mile with everything, insurance, hotel, everything? I haven't done a newer one. I have the one video up of when we were running in the Northeast. I've really been wanting to do one since we've been in the South. I did one quickly one day when we were in our hotel and went back through what I had done before in the Northeast and kind of adjusted everything. And so with a quick redo on that, it looked like in the South with our truck, our insurance, my mind's blank, hotels, whatever else was written on that first list, we were right about 45 cents a mile in the South because the fuel was cheaper, the rooms were cheaper. We got to the point where we were getting a lot more points and rewards and getting rooms free. So like even these last 2 weeks, we had several nights that were free rooms, and other ones, one night we had to pay $15 for one. And so all those things are helping keep our costs low.
So there's a conversation going back from Jennifer from Happy Pappy. You don't ever get inspected. Back to, it's got the AK on the windshield. So that's probably why.
Like the AK-47? Is that what he has on the
That's
windshield?
what he said in the last line. They just passed me on.
That's funny. Is that true, Happy Pappy?
I'm sure it is. Queens, New York. That's a big difference. Indiana from Queens and Indiana.
Yeah.
So we got, how do I like my Ford truck? I like my truck. It's torque wise, it's 395 foot-pounds of torque. That thing will pull all day long. I like it. It's comfortable. I think it rides smooth. It's a good truck. The only real problem I had with it is the cruise control. I kept having an issue. The dealership didn't know how to fix it. And one problem I'm noticing, it don't really matter about the load, but when I'm running through the mountains, it does kind of get a little hot. It don't overheat, but that transmission temperature really increases. I talked to another hotshot guy driving a Ram. He said his temperature runs about I think he said 67. Mine runs about 198. So I mean, when I get pulling the load through those mountains, those temperatures really start to increase. Happy Pappy, he's been in Florida for 36 years. Man, he's got to have a suntan.
Yeah. What else? No problem. Southern. I do.
Oh, intermodal.
Oh.
So he takes all the containers off. Michael, where do you work out of, if you don't mind me asking? Those intermodal jobs, they're pretty good jobs. MVP. I guess you know who I'm talking about. The brokerage out of northern Michigan.
Yes, they're ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know. We recently just seen them start popping up on the board. I haven't checked their MC numbers, see if they're new or not, but my guess is they are. And if they're running freight like that at those rates, I couldn't imagine them staying very long.
Or they are not new and they just have bad ratings.
Yeah, it could be. Finding cheap loads.
Yeah, I don't know who takes those loads.
My address is Happy Pappy. I mean, Florida, northwest, east, south. Not all of them.
Oh, he's just very vague. I'm in between Jacksonville, Miami, and Cuba.
Between the oceans there. Yeah. Thanks for the video. Thank you, Jose.
Kenny, you're going to get back into hotshotting?
There they go again.
I'm looking to get into hotshotting shortly. That's what you have a plan, Kenny? What you think you're going to do? CDL?
Can you ride in the house?
Hey, over the road. We are good. How about you? How's your week going? You guys need to go check out Over the Road. He has a page. I know he's just getting up and running, and we watched a few of his videos. We enjoy him, so go check his page out, Over the Road.
A shout out to Over the Road.
Yeah.
I give a shout out to Southern Georgia boy, but I think he's killing it anyways.
Yeah.
My guess is our 500 some followers are following him too.
But if there happens to be one of you on here that don't follow Southern Georgia or South Georgia, Robert, go check out his page. He's
I don't think you're allowed to give it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Southern Georgia Hotshot. Go check out his page or his channel. I don't know. I'm not up with the correct lingo with YouTube, but if any of you happen to have not watched him, he's got some pretty good, entertaining videos up. So go check his out too.
Yeah, Happy Pappy, New York is very, very strict on their gun laws.
Yeah.
I almost found out the hard way. Luckily, I didn't have to.
Let's see, Mo Black, his 250s around 190 when towing. Is that for the temperature?
Mo Black, what year's your truck? Yeah, mine's 198, 199. It just, I'm gonna have to get a different auxiliary cooler for it. I think it's I think it's too high. Oh, Michael, UP. Yeah, they're much better than the one I worked for. We'll just say it starts with a C and ends with an X.
MVP. Good evening, Carl. Nice to see you on here tonight.
Yeah, Carl, how you doing?
Did you and your son get up and going? You're in Florida, right? If I think I remember correctly, you were in Florida, and I think you're starting up with your son. Did you guys get up and going? MVP, I've only had one load from them. From Northern Michigan Broker, you did a load with them. Phil, you're all right about You're right about people running loads legally. I have friends at friends Hotshot company, and their friends have run them. Yeah, I mean that's part of the problem. Is people run them illegally, and then they are doing it for these cheap rates because they don't have the cost of insurance or getting their MC numbers or all the things that everybody else has. Dan, thank you for all the questions you've answered for me. I'm doing research looking into hot shotting. I live in Florida, just west of Disney. Insurance is expensive. Yeah, I've heard insurance is one of the most expensive is in Florida. And no problem on the questions. Just keep asking and we'll keep answering as much as we can.
We'll do our best.
Can you get a Chevy and you won't have temp problems?
Yeah, I'm not against Chevrolet. I really am not. It just, in my personal opinion, having an independent front suspension on that for hot shotting, I don't think it's going to hold up. Overall, it's a great motor, great powertrain.
Yeah, I keep losing it.
Now, so we got Michael, F250, towing temps 190, normal NOT. Yeah, maybe it is. If Ram could do it at about 170, that's a 30-degree difference for a transmission. That's quite a bit. So I think an auxiliary cooler temperature and a bigger one would be beneficial. Happy Pappy, what insurance do you have, Dan? Ohio boy, Strongsville.
You're from Strongsville?
Ohio, Ohio is booming for freight.
Yes.
If you're if you can't find freight in Ohio, you're not looking.
So have you been doing this long? Devo in Ohio? Do you have your own MC? What's that?
Still, one does SGH start. If that's some kind of texting lingo, I'm out of the loop there. You might have to help us out a little bit.
No problem over the road.
Yeah. What do you do when you enter a state? You don't carry a gun. You just, I hate saying it. You just don't. Especially, some of these blue states, they find a gun on you, you're going to jail for a while, regardless of, there's no
permit in Ohio, or your state.
Yeah. I can't think of the word. Anyways, I'll think of it. It starts with an R. That it just don't go into them with guns.
Yes.
Let's just put it there.
18,000
a year through Geico. That's your Happy Pappy. Yeah, I'll let you guys finish your conversation there.
Hey, Western Colorado. I want to come out that way sometime. Colorado's supposed to be beautiful.
Very pretty. The Mile High State up in Denver. Well,
Kenny, non-CDL for a while. Plan on getting my CDL later. I've been at Sawmills for the last 12 years.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. There's some YouTubers out there that say don't get your CDL. Like I said, I think there's steps or categories, whatever you want to call them. For me, since I run non-CDL, I can go up to at least 16,000. That just opens up the gap for us to make more money with a CDL. Sure, you're paying some IFTA and some other things on there, but on the other end, you're making more money with these bigger loads. So I think we're losing here. Where are we at? Sawmill, 12 years.
Got that. And Happy Pappy, they're still having, I think, a conversation.
Yeah.
On insurance, Chuck.
Your videos are very helpful. Thank you for that, Chuck M. Plan to get my own authority and getting Carrie to help dispatch me. No, you know, we're getting into dispatching. Carrie, it's just, I don't know. Some people, I don't think it's common sense, but for her, she can see it. She understands the logistics of it. It's just crazy how quickly she can figure out these loads in her head and make them work without any problem.
It's almost like I don't know, like you're playing a board game or something. You got to think of your next move, like chess move or checker move, as you're looking at these loads. You may see one that comes up that's maybe paying really good, but then my next thought is almost, okay, if I go there, where are we going to get to go from there? Are we
Right.
going to get a move right away? Or, okay, this load's paying really well, and actually it'll leave us this much deck space. So the next thought in my head is, perfect, we can add extra money on by putting Summit. So it's almost like always thinking about your next move, like you're playing chess or something. You got to kind of think one move ahead. Um,
You got to know where where the each city is also, so you're not deadheading too far to make everything fit.
and as you're calling, you need to be checking the brokers' MCs. So as I'm getting ready to call, I'm checking the brokers' MCs to make sure they're good. And I'm looking at how many loaded miles, figuring out how many deadhead miles. So as soon as they tell me a rate, I'm right on it to know exactly what I need. I also it's good to know the area. So if they give you a rate and you're like, I'm going to have high tolls in that area, I need more money. Then they know what you're talking about and you get more money out of them. So it's all about just learning your area, learning your loads. So yeah, Chuck, when you get up and going, get a hold of us
Yeah.
for sure.
Carl, when your son's ready, give us a call. Let us know. We'll do some
Oh yeah,
dispatching or they run their own authority or
yeah. I think they're getting their own authority. South Alabama. I remember that. Yeah. I remember
yeah.
we had somebody else that I think's a father and son team that's in South Florida, and that's why I
Right.
couldn't remember if you were South
Yeah, I
Florida.
love South Alabama.
It's
Love it down
beautiful
there.
down there.
I don't know. I'm caught between Texas, Tennessee, and Southern Alabama.
Yeah, those are our favorites.
Maybe we can just build a house in all of them.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a really small house, but we'll try. Um,
Then let's see, we got the Allison's trans is good at 100
100 over
over.
temps. Yeah, Allison transmissions. I mean, those things are almost bulletproof. Great transmissions. Like I said, I'm not against Chevrolet. I'm just I'm not a big fan of some of the things for hot shotting. So you guys have 3-axle trailer? No, it's just it's 2-axle. They're 10K. It's a dual axle.
Think about 8 tires. Don't we have 8 tires?
Yeah, we got 8 tires.
So you don't want to pay for 8 tires?
Yeah, no, it's a tandem.
Yeah. Let's see. The next one's about so you guys a dually. That's kind of your.
Yeah, I have everything brought. Yeah, and I do wish. What'd you do? Break it?
Where's our
We're
technical support?
you unplugged it? Just plug it in.
Oh. You
There's the
it.
technical support. You don't need an electrician.
Actually, I do.
Oh, so you got Southern Georgia on there.
What does that mean? What is it? I'm out of it. What is?
What, Marquis?
Yeah.
It's the location where I can't. Where's he's working for UP, running intermodal.
Oh. So he's saying he's been there?
He has been there. Stick with us now.
So, South Georgia, are you stuck in a truck stop this weekend? That's gonna make a long weekend if you got to Pittsburgh yesterday.
Yeah, how you liking this cold? I mean, it's wonderful. Southern Georgia, well, you're close to 90 down there, some humidity.
But seems like we've been running in the south, and he's been up here running in the northeast.
Run up the north, yeah.
Yeah. We've been driving past your area there in Georgia a lot lately. That's gonna make for a long weekend if you guys are stuck at a truck stop all weekend.
Yeah. Wanting to go non-CDL, looking for 40 foot. That's Dan. Have single wheel F350. Yeah, that's to her Happy Pappy, and there's Reciprocity. I don't know. I can't speak today, but yeah, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Again, I don't think I said it right.
Lane, the door's always open for you too. Little Switzerland of America. Oh, that's Colorado. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we ever end up out in that way, we may take you up and having you give us a tour.
Yeah, I do love the mountains.
Yeah, I heard California or Colorado is just supposed to be beautiful. And I know I was going to help you take a look at some loads out that way. I just have completely forgot, and I will get to it. We've just had so much going on lately.
Yeah, we got MVP, too many crazies, not to have protection.
Yeah.
I get that. It's just trying to make money, and I guess be wise. There was one time, where was we dropping off that power plant? That it was a little sketchy area.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere out there. It was
Somewhere in New York, I think.
but yeah, I don't remember. It was a scary area, but we got out of there, got the load off, and not a big issue.
But after, like Justin said, he had a close run in. That we were very lucky. We had a nice officer on in Maryland. After that, it kind of made us worth. It's not worth risking getting thrown in jail for a month.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I misinterpreted the laws and on that, and I got lucky with that.
Yeah, the officer said they could just tell that we're out here trying to make money and not trying to break any laws or anything, and he didn't want to take,
Yeah,
So he's nice.
Go ahead. Yeah, he's very nice. I got very lucky. 2 axles. Obviously, it is cheaper on tolls. Thank you, Happy Pappy. That is one thing that happened when I had that blowout. Luckily, I had that extra tandem tire in there, but it also, I think, putting that extra stress and weight on that tire made both of them fail. Both those tires. Yeah, you run on the rims.
Mm-hmm.
So here's
a question. Roughly how old are you guys?
That's we gotta keep some secrets out here.
I hate to say it, but hopefully we still look good for the age of 50.
50,
Well, all that white hair, I'm hoping that I don't look that age yet.
I'll let you take a guess, and Todd, if you're close, we'll correct you on that. But,
yeah, let's see who can guess our age correctly or close to it.
So my last review, yeah, Happy Pappy. That's still kind of expensive for what we're paying around here. I know some of these the older guys. Sorry, Happy Pappy, but a lot of them started out with a chauffeur's license. I don't fully understand that part of that. Then they move to their CDL.
Oh, they do have chauffeurs a different license. You have to have a different license to do that, to like be a limo driver or something.
Well, am I wrong about that? But I mean, chauffeur's license. Maybe Happy Pappy was a little different back then. I know some other guys that when they started out a long time ago, it was chauffeur's license. So maybe it meant something else back then.
Yeah.
Or he chauffeured around a bunch of rich people. I was thinking planning of loads, true skills, has ability to plan well, planning and schedule. It is about planning and scheduling to make everything fit correctly.
Mm-hmm. And you have to also know if something's worth your time to stop and pick up as a partial. There's one yesterday that we saw that was going only 25 miles, but they're paying $75 for it.
Yeah, $75 for 25 miles, which is $3 a mile. It sounds great, but at the same time, by the time you strap that thing down, you waste your time in the industry both of them, picking them up, dropping them off. Yeah,
Plus, even if you live 10 miles each way, you're going to add those miles to it. You might get an industry and be held up an hour there or 40 minutes and 40 minutes the next. I mean, that's a waste of money for $75, in my opinion. But it is. You got to learn what's worth it, learn what's not. There's some places that we've learned, like if we're going to take something to New York City, it's got to be paying high, but not only because of the tolls and everything, but because we learned that the day we're dropping off, if we can't plan to pick something up very late that day, then we shouldn't plan to pick anything up that day. We did that once, and luckily, the guy with the company that we were supposed to pick up with, he was super nice about it and said, that's fine, just go pick it up the next day. But we thought we'd get out there, but it ended up taking like over 2 hours to get from Bronx. I don't know, and then it took us through Manhattan.
Yeah.
And so we just was running behind. It took a lot of time getting in and over to the Bronx. So that's the other thing she's learned, to do.
Know where you're at in most cities.
Oh, and that was my point, to get more money, because you're going to potentially lose out some money that day.
Real quick on that, we didn't get that load that day. The guy was okay with that, but this guy, he calls us at least once a week asking us to run a load for him. So we got a guy starting out in Pennsylvania, and I think we're going to take care of this guy and this broker at the same time.
Yeah, he called yesterday or the day before and had a load for us, and we wasn't there, and he asked if our guy in Pennsylvania had started yet, and he's really excited about it because he moves a lot of equipment. That is one thing, if you're in the Northeast, it's really nice to have those ramps, because there's a lot of equipment to be moved, and they pay good money for that equipment to be moved.
Absolutely, and we got a Mopar, man. You're telling me, Todd.
There, I said it. Is this some sort of support group, Todd?
You're not getting the support here. You got 4 guys.
He had to say it.
It's out there. It's on the table.
You had to say it. I am a Mopar man. This is a support group for those that are Mopar people, I guess.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to convert me.
What abuse healthcare insurance?
What about
abuse insurance? Is that because you abuse me? I
don't know. Maybe.
Probably about.
I think you're just
because you're always pinching me.
Yeah, I still got that scar right there.
Health insurance, we're still working on that. If that's, I'm assuming what you meant. We're still trying to figure all that out. Luckily, we had some insurance that rolled over with him leaving his job and everything, and that we picked up, because before this, if you watch the introductory video, we opened a pizza franchise, and so we had some insurance that kind of has rolled over till then, and we have for a while yet.
Yeah. Deck space. Let me just, if I am running in the east for some reason, I get a lot of equipment, a lot of boom lifts. So those usually pay very, very well. I don't have to worry about partials. But if you're partialing it, recommendation, I think this is what you're asking, is how much should you leave? I leave about 10%. If I'm answering that correctly.
Yeah, so if we get a good paying load, we always take the good paying load first and then work partials around that. I guess I wonder what you're saying. So
okay, yeah.
So if we have a load that's 15 feet and it's good paying, what I will do then is try to find another load, and usually, and I think what you're saying is, what do we guesstimate for that partial? So instead of finding something that's exactly supposedly 15 feet, we probably would try to stay like 12 feet partial or something like that. Because you don't know when you get there, and I don't want to waste my time, go somewhere and get held up and not be right. We do always try to leave that. If we get a load that goes on that's our big main load and it's 20, they tell us over the phone it's like 22 or 23 feet. I'm not going to try to start looking for a partial on that until after we get it on there. Then I may, because that's too risky to dedicate yourself to another load thinking you have like 8 feet left, and you get there and you only have 2 feet left. So our big load, our best paying load, is our first priority, and then we work a partial around that. I guess, is that kind of what you think you're saying, feel too?
I think so. There's I guess the word is logistics is the way you got to plan it.
How is your Ford held up? How did you buy it? Do you know a guy?
Same as Tyler out of was it Ganley?
Ganley and
Barberton.
Barberton.
/ Norton. Tyler Smith. I guess he's okay with me saying his name. I know when I talked to him, there's some management issues, and he was considering changing careers. So, I mean, if you want to give him a shout out, he might still be there. Great guy, helped me out.
It's held up. I just had some problems.
Yeah, small issues. Again, the powertrain, great, phenomenal, no issues. That thing will pull all day long. Just dumb issues like cruise control not working and stuff like that. Nothing big. So you got North Carolina. It's a beautiful state also.
What's the load on the trailer?
So Don.
You can legally do what, 17.7?
I can legally do 17.7. The trailer's rated for it. My truck is not. I don't like pulling that much. But you know, my IRP plates say 34,000. But that was just kind of give me some buffer room there in case there's any issues like brokers loading something that was 5,000 pounds over, you know. So that's kind of the issue there.
Okay. I want to tell you guys, thank you very much for taking time to make these videos and share your experience. You are a blessing to the community. Well, thank you. And I can't even express how surprised I am people even want to watch us. I mean, I'm blown away. And then lately we've been getting messages, and, I've gotten some text messages, some emails. When's your next episode coming out? It's like, what? You care about what's happening next? People will email us and say, "Well, you guys been this week, or what have you been doing?" They're excited to see what's coming out next, and we're just surprised.
Yeah, very surprised.
But we just try to be very upfront, very out there, be transparent. We're gonna try to do some more filming for you guys, like get some more, filming going on when it comes to loads and things through our trips. We're trying to find a way to do that because we're usually so busy. He's usually strapping them down, and I'm in the truck looking for loads. That's we don't get to do a lot of that.
Devo kind of touched on that Ford issue. It's been very reliable.
I skipped a guy said yes.
Oh yeah. He's out of North Carolina. Yeah.
I don't know if you've emailed me yet, but email me and we can talk about that. Ohio Hauler LLC at Gmail. South Georgia. I used to live here at the truck stop. Is that where you used to live?
I think
I'm
that's
confused.
Where he is now. Yeah.
I think you do live in truck stops anymore, right?
Yeah.
You're always out there.
So when you go home, this is the way I feel. It don't even feel like my home anymore.
Especially with us, it feels like our kids' home.
Yeah. So I get here and there's a mess and something's broke, and I'm ready to find a load and get back out on the road.
It's hard. It's a hard adjustment when you get used to living on the road, and it does, like the truck and the hotels start to feel more like a home than your home. And I hate that feeling. It's rough. And that's another thing people have to understand. Not only is it hard when you're out on the road, but it's hard when you come back home and your home don't feel like a home, and you almost feel like you're visiting, you're a foreigner there. Like, it's very, very rough. And
yeah, our kids look at us like, "What are you doing here?
Like, who are you?
What are you doing in my house?"
Yeah. I think they're almost ready sometimes for us to leave because we come in and disrupt their routine. So that's another very hard part of this job is.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Back to the Ford again, very reliable. We bought it in Ohio, and I had a bunch of discounts. I had student discounts. I had employer discounts. I think for Ford it's X Plan. And then we put a nice chunk of money down. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, our sales guy was not very happy with us because every time you go below, um, their not book value, their invoice, it's less money they make. So we got a good deal on it.
And then didn't have to pay taxes.
Yeah. Again, those I don't know about every other state, but Ohio, I run under my own authority. Obviously, I didn't have to pay taxes, which I think I saved 54.
It was 56 or something. It was a
Yeah,
lot.
that was a lot of money. I did not.
5,600.
Yeah, a lot of money we didn't have to pay toward that. So very good deal. Northern Missouri. You guys, I'll let you finish this. Let me get your list.
I'm not sure where Justin disappeared. I am from Northern Missouri and sure would appreciate the help later if I get this up and going, working to save and be ready. Chuck, more than happy to help to answer questions, help with dispatching, help to whatever we can, We want to see people follow their dreams and get things up and running. Okay, Justin's breaking things while we're doing this. I have no idea what's going on. He just got up and decided to start breaking things. What does it cost you to run your setup a mile? So, Carl, do you just want to know what it costs per mile for just the truck and trailer and fuel? If not, if you're talking about like truck, trailer, fuel, maintenance, a hotel, all that sort of stuff in the South, it's about 45 cents a mile. And slow lane, you guess us to be 40.
Oh, come on.
Sean, 36. Don, 34 to 42. MVP, 33. Somebody said USA Freight says 35-ish. Chuck Young, mid-30s.
Happy Pappy, Sweet 16.
And never been kissed. I'm not sure where our kids came from, if that's true. Somebody said 45, really?
Oh, you're killing us.
So he said you're 50 and I'm 31.
50? Where's that at?
Todd.
Oh.
He's trying to suck up because I may be his dispatcher one day.
You really think so? Come on. I'll tell you how old I am, and Carrie's a lot younger, as you can tell. Look at that beautiful face. Anyways, I'm 36, so I'll go there.
Justin robbed the cradle with me.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Are you my age? I forget.
I don't even know anymore.
All I know is that we got kids.
Yep. But seriously, guys, that's not cool. 40s, 45. Todd, I'm okay with you saying that he's 50. That's fine by me, but
you guys are killing us.
That's funny. Happy Pappy, the chauffeur license. So see, this Happy Pappy, that's why we love Happy Pappy. You just are like a walking book of knowledge.
I assume that verbiage was meant something else than what it is nowadays.
Yeah. So that's really neat. You seriously are like, we don't have to Google anything. You just got to ask Happy Pappy. It's really cool. Southern, I said Hard Rock Tea has some good videos about doing partials, really good info. Yeah, we started watching some of his. I want to keep watching because I know he's got a lot of good info out there.
Right. But again, it's about the logistics. If you can make it work.
Yeah. I mean, if you can make it work, I say do it all the time.
Absolutely.
Jennifer,
the more money you make, the more value off you're going to be.
Signing off for the night. Thank you guys for your videos. Good luck next week. Thank you, Jennifer.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Have a good night. You guys have auxiliary tanks. No auxiliary tanks. For many reasons, short wheelbase. I considered getting one. Yeah, I probably will. And what is your deal? Are you jealous, Megan? You want to say hi to everybody? I got a dog eating my hand here, so I think he's jealous trying to get in there. And the auxiliary tank back too. It's a lot of extra weight that I got to carry around. But I think I probably will get one because it seems like every time my ELD's running out, we're trying to get to a hotel is when I'm running out of fuel. So
Yes.
it'd be very beneficial, especially to get just at least a small auxiliary tank.
Different states, I got a ticket. One license they would then use in the other. Is this talking about the chauffeur license?
I would guess so. Chauffeur license.
I got mine in 81. We wasn't even born in 81.
It's called chauffeur license.
Did Don call us old?
I don't know. It was about half and half.
Kenny, thanks for your help. I wish I could watch the end, but my kids just want to let me. You guys be safe. God bless. Thank you, Kenny.
Go enjoy your kids.
You can always watch it later.
Absolutely. Mopar and Cummins are totally different. Absolutely. Obviously, Cummins is just the manufacturer of the diesel engines, and Mopar is the broad spectrum of Chrysler, more of their parts division. Thank you for your time. No problem. Here we go with 42 and 39. Carl, you're just, you're putting us up there. I hope we don't look that old.
Really? It must be this lighting, I hope.
Maybe. I look
Or it could be
bad.
this job, because before we started this job, people would see us with our 18-year-old daughter and say, she can't be yours. You guys don't look that old. But now we started this job and apparently we look 50. There's they didn't state unless you got a ticket.
Oh, back to the gun laws. Yeah, you just run through.
John, thank you. And we'll be there for you to watch later.
Walmart. Have fun at Wally World.
AW, I'm losing money by having a 20. Am I losing money by having a 20-foot straight deck? My new truck, should I get a bigger trailer too?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have CDL? But I would at least suggest a 30-foot and ramps if you don't have them.
Yeah, I mean, 30 foot's where the minimum, I believe, in my opinion, would be. I mean, everything varies. If you have a CDL and if you have a dually truck, go with a 40-foot. And what is your problem, Megan?
Happy. Laugh out loud. The kids think they're back. No party tonight. That's about right.
Yeah.
Did you ever think the truck? Did you it's titled in our name, the truck.
Where are we at? We missed Todd.
Under happy, and then
go up some.
I miss Todd.
I think since you guys prep, you eat healthy and save money. Yeah, we prep our food. And we both eat very, very healthy. I haven't had fast food in 8-10 years. I don't remember.
We haven't had anything like that.
I haven't had pop, soda, wherever you're from, whatever you want to call it. I haven't had 12 years. No sports drinks, no sugar. Tried to eliminate sugar.
No candies, no.
Yeah, so I mean, I eat very clean, I guess is the term.
Makes our grocery bill outrageous because some of that stuff is a lot more expensive. But
yeah, it is.
We try to do that. We try to food prep. We try to do it, not only food prep, but we try to make our meals to where we know it'll help keep us fuller longer. Adding a lot of protein, healthy fats, avocado, nuts for walnuts and stuff for snacks. We have yogurts like Greek yogurts and stuff available.
Yeah, a lot of protein.
We do have chocolate. It's like a dark chocolate, like that. What's your one got 80% or something?
I think it's 88%.
So all that makes a difference, and you're right, that does meal prepping. It saves us a lot of money.
Yeah, it does. And
But
plus, when you run as hard as we do, it's hard to stop and eat food. So we can make, we have food right there ready to go. So that helps out.
yeah,
So Southern Georgia, this job sucks. Laugh out loud. It's not glamorous as everyone
glorious.
thinks.
I agree.
It is not glamorous at all. But you know, at the end of the day, I do enjoy it. I,
But it's
I
not pretty.
personal preference is really what it boils down to.
And the bathrooms you have to go in are not pretty.
No, not at all.
A lot of things about it's not pretty at all.
So kids partying. No, my truck is in my name. It is not in the business name. When I started, the business was new. There was no business credit. Yeah, he is. He's jealous. He wants in here. Everybody say hi to Negan.
Say hi to
There he
Negan.
is. We're gonna give him a little club with
Get him Lucille around his
yeah,
neck.
Lucille. Those who watch the
TWD, you know what we're
Walking
talking
Dead.
about. He needs a Lucille.
He's a beast.
Ow!
I haven't been home in 5 months.
Who said that?
Yeah, Adam, how you doing? Yeah, we try to make it home every weekend, but lately it just seems like we've been out for 2 weeks at a time. 5 months. I think you gotta go home and do some laundry, I guess.
That's the thing that this job has really opened my eyes to is the appreciation of truckers. You know, like you, the guys that go out for such long period of times. You know, and the you know society just depends on this so much. You don't realize how much society depends on the goods that are moved every day.
Yeah. What do you win? Did he guess our age better? Is that what?
Who?
Sean?
What do you say?
Oh, what do I win?
What age did he guess?
I don't know.
I think he was like, didn't he say 36?
Maybe. Was he 35-ish? Either way, you win free life with Life on the Road. Which reminds me, I gotta change that name to Life on the Road. I don't know how you guys feel about Life on the Road again. It was just kind of something that happened. But eventually we need to change it to Life on the Road and make a little more sense. Which I was trying to go with a play off of, you know, Bob Dylan has a song called Life on the Road Again. Bob Seger on the road again, and just trying to put a little twist in there of Life on the Road Again. What am I rambling about? I don't know. So that's what you win, Sean.
You win listening to Justin ramble.
Ramble based off of wisdom.
My guess is based on wisdom. Oh, Michael, you trying to make up for saying that we look old?
Yeah, was he the one saying we look old?
I don't know. Probably.
Gosh.
South Georgia, you don't have to fill up a tank if you're close to weight.
I know. It's just at the end of the day, you run with, you know, 1 gallon's about 8 pounds. 50 gallons, you're at 400 pounds. That's kind of where I'm thinking, not so much the overweight issue.
But we're considering it.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. Well, it's going to be a small tank. Yeah.
It probably is Pappy. The poison ivy went to his brain.
Here you go, Happy Pappy.
That's why I kept him out of that backhoe.
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, I would have ended up in a hospital. I think that's funny. It's really not.
Funny.
I almost died because of this stuff.
Oh my gosh. Let's move on. If you get a Ram, you'll be better fuel mileage and won't need the auxiliary tank.
Yeah, I know. Everybody says Rams get so much better fuel, but you know, I don't know if I can get into a Dodge.
Mike.
We'll see.
Carl, I heard there may be a place in Florida that may be leasing trucks like Enterprise in Indiana. Do you have any info? I have no info on anything to do with leasing trucks.
Yeah.
And besides the fact that, in our opinion, I wouldn't lease a truck, but I don't know enough about it. But from what, you know, by the time you figure your miles and stuff, some people are paying like couple $1,000s a month, aren't they, to lease it?
I believe so, from what I'm understanding. So, I mean, at the end of the day, just real quick, lease, you can turn that thing in when you're done with it. You don't have to worry about mileage. But if you want to stay in this, if you buy a truck, you're spending a lot less money per month on that truck, and it's yours.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Where are we
Let's
at?
see. You can get a 40-foot 9CL trailer built.
Can you get absolutely?
I think he's telling us that.
He says you can get one.
Yeah.
Right. In my opinion, 40-foot non-CDL, you're going to lose probably about 1,000 pounds right there. So it's your, it's kind of your option. You want length over weight. AW, we're trying hard to put out good advice.
Yeah. Mingo, happy Mother's Day. Be blessed and thanks for your time on everyone's behalf. Gonna go help Mom prep for food tomorrow. 301
301 out.
All right, Mingo, subscriber 301. Thank you for the happy Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
And thank you for watching.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yes. So does that mean you gotta leave real quick? You just go find something.
You got it all set up. Don't you worry. If I do all over again, I would go with a dually with 40-foot. Maybe if I had this, what I have now, I might go to a 27x5, at least get 2 extra feet on that trailer. What are you jealous about? Come on, run along.
Yeah, come on.
So yes, I think I would do it all over again. But again, it was just a starting point for us, and it's working. I'm okay with it.
Supposedly there's an enterprise in Chicago. I got a few calls and not able to locate them. I have no idea about any of that. Happy Pappy, Sean Guest 36. Sean, woohoo. Thanks, guys. Sorry. You don't have anything better. Maybe someday if we get something with whatever our name is on it, we'll send it to you.
Maybe some merch. Is that what these young folks are
calling
it?
Our kids call it merch, I guess.
Well, I guess I'm 50, right?
I didn't even know what YouTube was when Justin. I thought it was somewhere where you went and looked up videos to like fix something. I didn't know it was like a social media platform. We're really on this whole thing.
Yeah, we'll get some merch and I guess start shooting it your way. So enterprise around Chicago and Indiana. Yeah, I think there are some around these areas.
Real good song. Slow Lane, the backhoe, scrap metal. Completely agree. I don't even know why the person that bought that was even messing around trying to move that piece of junk.
I don't know. It was a 1990 F5 55, I believe. That thing should have been taken to scrap yard
years ago.
I mean, it was purchased from the county. It was used as a park service. It sat there, I would guess 5 to 8 years. It should have been scrapped.
I guess it's got all sorts of electrical issues sitting there that long, and
probably had some lizards and snakes living in it.
That's why I never believe a broker when they say it's just if they keep stressing that it's a strap and go. Be forewarned, it's not a strap and go. Seems like the more they stress, it's really easy, just a strap and go. You're just gonna have to throw a few straps over it, and you'll be ready to go. No,
work that way. Forward. I agree. Moscow.
Michael, it's a Hotshot Life. Is that what you think it should be named, Dustin?
Dustin changed to it's a Hotshot Life. We're never too keen on the name, but we went back and forth, and that's what we ended up with. But I'm always up for suggestions. Yeah, we're trying
to find a way to change it a little bit, to make it different. Norman, good evening to you. You just joining us?
Thank you, Norman.
Yes, Norman. There was poison ivy near the backhoe. Did you see it?
You gotta see the video.
It was all the way up the hoe of it, so
I would have died.
I didn't want you guys to have to go through that again of watching him with it, so we cut that off real quick.
Well, I didn't want to be covered in it either, so make fun of me if you wish. Are we that dark?
No, this is from earlier. Raining again in Indiana.
So if it's raining in Indiana, it's coming this way then.
Yeah, I like that. He said, "Yep, I like that. Maybe we can find a way to play on something like that. It's a Hotshot Live."
It's a Hotshot Live. I do like that. Somebody's in marketing the business.
South Georgia, you still out there? You gonna do a live again here soon? Your ones that stretch to the wee hours in the morning.
Yeah, where's Don at? Did he just say? Oh, Indiana. I was thinking that was Dustin. Yeah,
not here either.
no, we cannot. Our trees aren't even fully bloomed yet.
Is it there, Don?
No, he's saying we can't get in the spring either.
So you don't have fully bloomed trees or anything either?
We ran in the south for the past couple of months now. Loved it, and they've had spring there forever.
Mm-hmm.
Which Don, I think it's probably currently 50 degrees.
Freezing.
Freezing, yeah.
Carl, what does that mean?
Where are we at?
Right under the enterprise.
Maybe.
1,000 per mile per month comes out to $2,100 for 1,000 miles a month.
1,000, 10,000.
Oh, 10,000 miles a month.
That's not too bad. But
I don't know. We're paying just what we pay in a truck payment a month. But I guess if they're doing the maintenance, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the maintenance there. I mean, if you're getting 10,000 a month, I guess that's what we're averaging also.
Yeah.
So it's do your research there on leasing versus owning.
Carl, what PLA? What's that mean?
I don't know. It's probably one of them young.
Is that a young lingo, Carl?
I have to ask my kids what is PLA.
South Georgia, maybe. Well, come on, fire it up. We need something else to do for the night.
Let's go. I know we don't have 500 people on this live like you do, but
yeah.
Let's pick it up here.
I know. Did we send it? Did you see your subscribers increase at all? We did give you a shout out. So maybe like that whole one out of our whole almost 600 don't actually follow you. So you're welcome for that extra one. And when's your next video coming out? Justin watched the one today without me. We usually watch them together. We got to get caught up. Carl, sorry. What ply tires are you running?
Oh, ply tires. They're just 10 ply. I need to move up to at least 12. If 14 would be ideal. The ones I just put on at the which there's a place. It's in Woodbine, Georgia. So if you're coming up 95, I think it's exit 14. Place called Woodbine. It's called Three Guys. I don't think it's garage. Just Three Guys. They put those
Three Guys tires.
Was it tires? Yeah. So if you guys ever need some tires in that area, they had them. Either way, they just had the 10 ply for me, so that's what I put back on it.
Okay.
Can't get the grass to grow because of rain. Yeah, our backyard's pretty much flooded, but our grass is actually growing. If you go out there, you're gonna get stuck with a lawnmower. Enterprise, it's a 6 months minimum, so you can't just turn that thing in, but every month. I thought maybe you could, but 6 months.
Happy Pappy, okay, rubbing in Happy Pappy.
I know, I love those magnolia trees. Every time I'm down there, I pick one of those big giant flowers.
Is that what those are, Happy Pappy? They're magnolias, those really big, they're like white and almost smell like oranges or citrusy.
Yeah.
I love those down there.
Yeah, some of those actually grow, I guess, in southern Ohio.
Do they? Were you about flooded out this past week, Happy Pappy, with all that rain?
You don't even tell us what part of Florida he lives in.
Norman, no leaves in Michigan yet either.
Yeah, I mean, it's slow up here this year. I don't know why.
Yeah, it is off. I mean, Ohio and this weather always sucks, but it's really off this year.
Yeah, 80-degree weather would be nice up there. But when it is 80, we'll probably be in the south, and it'd be 95 down there with humidity. I'm not used to that. That's why I got that sweat rag. All you do is put fuel in it. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I agree. He also said
mine increased during this live.
What's he talking about? His followers?
Probably his followers.
You need one, Happy Pappy. Come
I am
on.
ready for it. But you know, every time it'd be like what is his name? Paul out in Washington State. He never shows himself. That'd be Happy Pappy.
That'd be funny. And if he did do a one, he blurs his face out all the time, changes his voice, keeps everybody still wondering. Editing it now, yeah, they are a pain doing these. I got another one I need to edit tonight, I guess, but
that's why I called it off to Carrie and let her take care of them.
And it takes longer now that I do them because I put a lot more stuff in them, and I always got to put stuff in that makes fun of Justin.
Yeah,
It keeps you guys laughing, so you know that takes longer to do that.
I don't think.
I think they do think it's funny. Who thinks it's funny? All the little extras that I put in there that make fun of Justin.
Raise your hand if you think that's funny.
Or should we leave out them making fun of Justin?
Let's leave. See, look, they raise their hand. Nope.
I didn't see anybody raise their hand.
Yeah, see. Making fun of Only thing about owning a truck, about 400,000.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. There is good and bad about it. We just haven't researched, just by what we would assume. I would say just buy your own truck, but like we said, we don't know enough about that subject to,
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying, that there is pluses to it. So it's another one of those things that I think people just need to research, and it's a personal preference.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with one way or another.
The Enterprise, I don't know if you have to do the maintenance on them, but if you don't, that's another positive. Lita's at home.
But hold on, Happy Pappy said, yes, he's under that comment. Wait, we were Southern Georgia. We missed, okay, I missed his. He was at home, and I would need the help reading. Chat goes too fast.
Yeah. Send some of those subscribers our way.
Here, we can put you on the tablet, and I can put you this way, and you can be in our live.
Yeah, that'll work.
We'll FaceTime you. What are you doing? You're out on your own? Do you have Julie with you this time? Who's making your eggs in the morning?
He's cooking breakfast.
Look at that one video where he couldn't find whatever, and he kept leaving the camera. Remember that? Yeah, that was so funny.
You're back while you're putting the truck in the trailer, and you just like hold on.
You pop it in front of the camera for a second, then you left, and you're like searching for the skillet or the eggs or something. Yeah, I don't know. And then you come back in front of the camera for a minute. You crack me up. You're just so funny. He's imported from Czech.
Yeah, he is. I saw German.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome dog. Best dog I've ever had.
Where'd you see that? Okay, so I'm like really somewhere around here. Right. Okay, yeah, he was under South Georgia.
Don dispatcher screwed up my driver over by booking a load. Can't drop until Monday.
I hate that. If you're gonna hold something over the weekend, it has to be worth it, or you're losing a lot of days.
Absolutely. If you're responsible for that during the weekend, hopefully you're getting extra money for it.
We always ask for more. We always say if we're going to stick around and hold this to the weekend, we want some money for holding over, and they usually give it to us.
Yeah. Which, speaking of that mess I brought up, that Freightliner from Miami to Knoxville, I guess the broker made $2,500 off of that deal. I talked to the customer about it, and he was pretty displeased with it, as I was also. But we worked an extra $500 out of it, which don't make a big difference, but whatever. It's finally off my back, the big blue gorilla.
Yes.
Every 60,000, you turn on a new one.
Oh yeah.
Back to Enterprise.
Yeah. That is a good thing about it. I agree with that. Happy Pappy, yes, and when the flowers drop, there is a seed pod developed. So those are magnolias. Those are pretty.
Which I planted one out front. They grow very slow.
Okay, yeah. You have palm trees in your yard, Happy Pappy?
Probably one of the big giant multi-million-dollar beaches down there on the beach. probably owns his own island. What was it, Pumpkin Island down there? Is that where you live, Happy Pappy?
What day is it? South Georgia, Wednesday. Yeah, he don't know what day it is. He don't know what state he's in half the time.
Well, no, on
Let's
his
go to
video,
Jersey.
if
Wait,
he would have watched it for me, it's like Sunday, and I think Lita corrected him.
So that's you're telling you guys are spoiling the video that I haven't watched yet. I don't want to know what happened yet.
It'll be Sunday tomorrow.
Oh, he's funny. He never knows where he's at. Let's go to, what did he say? Let's go to Jersey. Wait, no, we are in Jersey. Let's go to Alabama. I don't know what he said. He's funny.
He did say when the camera turns on, he forgets everything he says. I'm the same way. Carrie's like, let's do this. I'm like, yeah, the camera comes on. I'm like,
what am I supposed to say?
Yeah, what are we doing?
What, 21 months?
$2,100 a month. Yeah, that can be pricey. Again, you just got to weigh out your options there.
Todd, are you raising your hands because you want me to keep making fun of Justin?
I don't know.
Yeah, I bet.
Maybe.
He wants to see.
That's a lot of hands you got there.
Yeah. Happy Pappy is always entertained by it.
Yeah.
Any of you people use Zello? What is that?
I would I don't know.
Is that another young?
I'm gonna go no on that.
At least we don't think we do.
Yeah, where are we at, Norman? I don't know what Zello is.
It might be another young person term.
Yeah, maybe it means Jello.
South Georgia has this dog Nula with him. We need to see a picture of her. I'm guessing she'll be in your videos.
Yeah.
The bread. Oh, that's what you were looking for, the bread. When you kept. That is so funny. I could watch that part over and over again. It's like, where'd he go? He's just talking, and all of a sudden he just goes out of the camera. That is great. We picked up a new long-haired shepherd 2 days ago.
Yeah, was it imported?
The dark-colored one?
Sable. Yeah, that's my opinion. I think GSDs are the greatest dogs ever. South
Georgia, you're gonna regret putting music you do in your videos when you get a lot of subs. Why? Fill us in. Tell us what happens.
I don't know. We're slowly growing, but we're trying to get there. So
yeah,
we'll see. I guess someday.
Yeah, but what's the problem with it? Because it's being paid or whatever. Somebody told me that. I know. I probably need to start changing that up.
Yeah. Well, right now it's not for profit or gain, so I can use it all day long. Which actually, I think since we paid for that video, the music, I think there's some thinking of a legal term there. Anyways, not infringement issues.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe it is infringement.
But yeah, tell us what problems we'll have. You don't have a palm tree, Happy Pappy? Who in Florida don't have a palm tree? I thought they came standard with every house down there. I thought every house came standard with a palm tree, a pool, and a thing over the pool. Isn't that what everybody gets in Florida?
And lizards.
And lizards.
I tell you, I'm like a kid down there chasing those things around.
We
don't have lizards up here.
It's just a lizard.
But they're fun.
So and then I have to take a picture of him with the lizard when he catches a lizard.
Yeah, so I'm always chasing those things around. It's fun, whatever. We don't have lizards.
How much fuel do you average use for the week? Gallons wise, I'd have to look. I know that in the South we've been running around $600 a week in fuel average. What was the fuel mileage pulling that blue tanker?
Well, let's never talk about that again. It's actually, I think, 7.7. So actually, it wasn't terrible. It obviously wasn't great. I wish I would have just taken that thing and
dumped it off
somewhere. It's what I should have done when I weighed it. But it kind of goes back to I'm kind of stubborn. I said I'd commit to it. But I got to learn sometime to just finally, when these things are overweight like that, to say, you're coming to get it, it's here. Or
they did pay us more.
Yeah, I mean, they did pay us more, but it wasn't worth the headache of it.
So
And my truck wasn't too happy with that afterwards. I finally got it straightened out.
um,
Southern.
you're welcome. I'm glad you
Yeah.
enjoy the videos.
Thank you.
Apparently Zillow is like a CB on your phone.
Oh, okay.
So do
I
you use
tried to
that?
find CB apps. I couldn't find any good ones. So I'll look for Zillow. Yeah, Zillow. I guess
Jello.
Zillow. I'll look
Oh,
into it. So obviously, no, we don't use it, but definitely look into it.
so Lane, do you plan on staying home and you get a few other trucks to dispatch? Oh, yeah, that's our ultimate goal. Even when we get some guys on here soon, we're still gonna run for a while. Probably won't, after a while won't be as intense, but we still want to run for a while for a few reasons. One, we want to pay some things down, pay some things up, get a nice business and savings going and stuff. But we also want to we don't want to can't. We want to keep learning the business out on the ground, what the
Right.
guys will be experiencing, ups, downs, frustrations, so that we can be a better asset to them when dispatching their loads and have a better understanding of what they go through. So our ultimate goal is to be home, do the dispatching and
Yeah,
that sort of
business
stuff.
side of it. Yeah. Honestly, I'd like to become a brokerage one day, but that's in the very far future. But either way, once I get home, I can have Carrie dispatching, and I can finally make it back to the gym. Four
Yeah,
Great
we
Danes
can.
sleeping. My goodness, you got to have a big house to have
Yeah.
4 Great Danes in there.
Can't monetize your videos with copyright music. That's what I heard. So will they make us go back and take that music off, or will it matter because those were before? Do you have any idea how that works? South Georgia, fill us in here. I mean, at this rate, I don't know when we'll get to 1,000 or whatever it is. Not imported from a breeder out of the plains of Colorado. Both parents were black and some red and some blonde. So is yours the black color? Those are really pretty.
Yeah, I love the black, the longer coats like Negan is.
Happy Patty B. I've had several in my other house. How many houses do you have, Happy Pappy? So do you have one like out in the Keys and
I'm telling you, there's an island down there. I think it's called Pumpkin. I think you got my phone. I was gonna look it up. It was just sold a few years ago for was it 11 million?
I don't know.
I bet you Happy Pappy bought
Probably.
that thing.
At one of his other houses?
Yeah, one of his other houses. This guy's got the
Several.
money.
Both parents were long haired too. I like the long hair, they're pretty.
Yes.
We have blue-tailed skinks in Michigan, little lizards about 6 inches long.
Very fast. Yeah, I'll catch it. I guarantee it. We went to St. Thomas a few years ago, and I was trying to catch
Iguana.
Yeah,
Those things were huge.
yeah, they were.
They would come up and steal the food right out of your hand when you're laying on the beach.
Yeah.
That was funny. Justin got up and chased him around.
Yeah, I was gonna catch this thing.
What was your biggest shock when you started that you really hadn't anticipated? I think that mine would be, I think that we were a little bit naive in understanding exactly how much we'd be gone. I mean, we had the smallest of a bag packed, thinking that we would only have to be gone from the house a few nights. And then we started realizing really quick, in order to do this, do it right, do it correctly, you're out there. You're not coming home every night. You're not. I mean, there's some people that are able to do that because they have contracts with people locally and everything. But in our case, I think that was the biggest kind of thing that was.
Yeah, I guess you can kind of say culture shock in some ways. It was an adjustment.
It definitely is a different lifestyle. It was like we were saying, it's an adjustment overall to where you become. We were talking about how we come home and it don't feel like home. I didn't realize how much you would lose that feeling of your own home being home.
Yeah, that's an adjustment. Yeah, I didn't realize you had blue tails, skunks. I ever say that?
Skanks.
Yeah, skanks in Michigan. We don't have them here in Northern Ohio.
We just talked about that.
I know, but I'm going back because he said in Michigan. I was
Oh.
thinking he was in the South for some reason. And there's that southern transition.
Georgia.
Yeah, skinks.
What is that? That's what they call the lizards, skinks in Georgia?
Yeah, I guess that southern dialect.
I know.
Got a few minutes away from the kids. I don't blame you there.
Well, welcome back, Kenny. Maybe they won't find you for a few more minutes.
Yeah, Dustin Hitch. Leasing about 40% more expensive than buying over a 5-year period. Yeah, I agree. There's benefits, I guess, both ways, depending on the way you look at it.
Maybe one would be if somebody's not 100% sure that this is the life or the job for them, then they're only committed for 6 months to that vehicle. That may be a benefit, but I would think overall it'd be expensive. You just won't get paid on those.
Yeah, it's time to maybe find some music.
Yeah.
Which we still have 430 more subscribers to go.
I don't even know how the paying thing works anyhow.
No, I don't know.
I didn't even know you got paid for this until our 12-year-old started filling us in that you could get paid for this. So you can tell that we were out of the loop, and you can tell when we started this wasn't for any sort of YouTube career because we had no idea that even was what happens.
Right. But really, what I'm looking for, I want to make it to the bright screen. So maybe this
big screen.
Yeah, the big screen. So maybe this little transition to from YouTube star to action figure.
Action figure? You want your own action figure?
I do. Like Chuck Norris.
What's he gonna be? Mr. Poison Ivy? Your kryptonite is Poison Ivy?
I don't even have a comeback for that.
Why?
Come on. I want to be Jason Bourne or Justin Osborne.
Jason Bourne isn't always covered in poison ivy.
But he's the man.
You're down to one house now, Happy Pappy. Well, you should have kept the house with the palm trees.
I'm telling you, was it Pumpkin Key? That's the island.
He's avoiding that question.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it out of him. He lives at Pumpkin Key.
See, the general situation I'm considering is buy a truck and trailer and hire a driver for 3 weeks a month. This driver part is my biggest hang up so far. Yeah, because we never wanted to be out there all the time. Our goal was always to grow this business, but at the same time, it's very, very scary when we're looking for drivers because you get just one wrong driver. They have an accident or whatever. They're going to ruin your MC number. You have good connections and good brokers you work with, and they screw up a load. You're going to lose that contact. So when we've been out here putting the time we're putting in, it's very, very scary to hire drivers. And that's why one reason we've been taking a lot of time going through them, thinking about them, and making sure we get a driver that's going to have the same commitment and same drive. And right now, the ones that we are looking into, they're great guys. You can tell with a lot of motivation, a lot of drive, good work ethic. So that is a scary thing, though.
It's very scary, especially with your own equipment. Those are generally, I hate to say it, but they're generally the guys that don't care about your equipment.
And, if they have their own equipment, they're going to want to work because they're going to have to make those payments.
They almost have to work. They're committed.
The second item of concern is the amount of loads coming out of or into western Colorado. I'm envisioning a lot of deadheading to and from a trip. I haven't been out there enough. Maybe some of you guys that are on this live right now have been in Colorado. that you can help them a little bit with this. The only thing I know is from what we're told, Colorado is harder to get out of. I don't know enough about the state. So if any of you guys in here know, help fill them in. It's good to see you too, John.
John, how you doing?
3 to 4 years. Happy
Yeah.
Pappy, I'm 35 miles west of Daytona and 50 north of Orlando.
We need better coordinates than that. Give us some better coordinates.
Just
I want to
meet up with us next time
I
we're
want
down
to pin drop it.
there. Get ready for work. Night shift. Thanks for the info. Happy Mother's Day. Be safe and God bless. Thank you, Carl.
Carl,
Have a good night at work. Hard Rock T has been issues already. I know. We saw that video. I can't imagine he's lost some. From what we sound like, he lost some of his clients for Hard Rock T. Yeah, that's an
That's
issue.
the problem. Some of these guys, they're not fully committed.
That's why, we only grow and get a couple, 2, 3 really good drivers, and that's the only bigger we get. I'm fine with that. I don't want to, ruin what we've made.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Hotshot.com. Some of our retired military guys on equipment has hired. There's a lot of issues every day. Late, not answering the phone.
Yes.
That'd be my biggest hang up. First is being late. If you're going to run that load, you're going to get it there on time and correctly, and then not answering the phone. Yeah, there's a lot of stress out there.
Yes. Yeah, that's definitely not cool. We've never missed a deadline. We've had brokers that want to reuse us all the time, and one reason is because of the communication. We're constantly communicating them. When I'm done with the load and going to the next load, I'll say we're on our way. Should be here then. Okay, we're on site. We're leaving on site. Should be there tomorrow. Okay, we're on site. I'm just constantly letting them know, and they always are like, we truly appreciate all the communication. Apparently, they don't get it much. So I don't want to have drivers that are going to mess that up. We've worked too hard, spent too much time away from our kids and our house, and I don't want that taken away. But
I'm working hard to get a good business going.
The few that we're looking at right now, they're really good guys, and I don't have any hesitation at all about the least 3 that may come work. One for sure is, but have no hesitation at all about them doing anything purposely to hurt us.
Right. John, yeah, I agree with you. It's not always the case. But I think generally these guys that have their own equipment, they're more committed. I guess I'll stress more. So yeah. I mean, it goes both ways. Is there enough money to afford to pay good drivers? Absolutely, there sure is.
I mean, what do you mean by that? Like, if you have your own equipment, or I don't understand. The way we're going to do it is we're taking care of their cargo and liability, their dispatching, their what's money fees, your RTS,
the factoring
fee,
yeah.
all that stuff. So they have their own equipment, we pay for all that, and we get a certain percent. So that works out good.
Yeah, so let me just say, this job, you cannot drag your feet. You cannot sit around.
No.
You will not make it. You will die if you sit and stare at a load board all day trying to find a load. You don't have the motivation and passion. This business is not for you. You're going to fail. But this business, the way Carrie and I see it, we're away from home. We're going to run as hard as possible. We're going to run our ELD out. And we're going to make a living at this. That's the only way you're going to make it in this business. You have to run nonstop. Oh, the form. Yeah, 30-day suspension for Landstar for delivery late. Yeah, you got to make sure those drivers are there on time. It's going to make everybody look bad. Yes. It's going to make the broker, the shipper, the carrier, even the driver. All these, it all falls back on them. So, these loads have got to get there on time. And a lot
Yes.
of them are time sensitive also. Josh S.
You guys worry about the rate dropping.
We kind of hit on that a little bit.
And no, I'm not worried about it because I don't know if you're here when we are talking about it, but everybody can go around and saying the sky's falling and the world's coming, transportation business is going to fall. But at the end of the day, transportation will always be needed. There's always going to be goods that need moved. It's not a fad. It's not, anything.
Right.
We've always been people all of our life because of some of the things we've been through in life and everything. I mean, there's a lot. We're not afraid to take chances. We opened up that pizza franchise. A lot of people say this business that we're in now is expensive to start up or whatever.
You have no idea unless you open a restaurant business. Restaurant business, you got commercial activity tax, you got unemployment tax, you got just employment tax alone. You got
Payroll taxes.
Payroll taxes, what I'm talking about. Insurances that are
then you go into the fact that you have to carry inventory and all these other things. And to get started, there's a bunch of money in build out. And I mean, you're looking at $500,000 in these kind of businesses. So when we came to this to open up something with very little startup cost, it was nice. So my point of getting into all that was, no, we're not really scared because like we said a little bit ago, when he was in the railroad industry, when things went bad in 2008, we lived through furloughs. Things kind of come and go. Well, there is a little bit going on there. There's still nothing to really worry about. If
the bottom is not falling out. Let me just say, I think I said at the flatbedders rates actually up a little bit. It's the reefer and the van loads that I'm seeing. Do your research. I've done research. There's plenty of information out there. So do your research. I'm not an economist. I don't claim to be an economist. Do your research. There's a lot of people out there on YouTube that are saying otherwise. Just do your own research and
don't let things scare you off. Figure it out. Look into it yourself. But I don't see. I mean, there's little things going on, but like we talked about earlier, a lot of it has to do with these guys that are out there taking loads for nothing, and they'll eventually fizzle out because you can't sustain yourself in that. So,
right.
The people that are actually committed, that actually are into this, they'll do just fine. Happy Pappy, when guys use your equipment, they don't care about smoking. Yeah, I agree.
They don't care about their equipment. It's kind of like when you get a rental car. For those who just had a rental car, just take vacation. Do you take care of it the same way? Take care of your own vehicle? You don't.
Slow lanes. No, like if you had a driver in your truck, could you pay 30% of gross? So if I am supplying their truck, their trailer, their insurance, everything, then you're asking, would there be enough to pay them 30% of that? Gosh, I don't know. Like it seems like it would be flipped to where maybe the most you would pay them is 20%.
We've never done the statistics.
Yeah, I mean, we went and looked, and the way we have it set up for the guys we're going to lease on, our ultimate goal, honestly, is not to make a killing off these guys because they're the ones out there, putting miles on their truck, being away from their family, sleeping in their truck on the weekends, so we're not trying to gouge them out at all. And we know a lot of them are just going to be stepping stones to go on and do their own things, bigger and better things, and that's fine. So we looked into what we'd be able to afford doing it that way, but not the opposite way. So
Right.
I would just get all your expenses together, plan out what you'd have in maintenance, unforeseen issues, things like that, and see what you'd have left for yourself and figuring out what you could afford. That would be what I would say.
Communication is the biggest part of any business. Absolutely.
I agree.
Just say relationship in general. Communication is the biggest part of any relationship. So yeah. Kenny Red.
Sign me up. I'd love to lease unto you guys.
Yes, shoot us an email and we'll go there. Ohio Hauler LLC at
Yeah.
gmail.com.
We got
Um,
one guy, hopefully, that's starting very soon. The other guy's getting his trailer in and has to put in a couple weeks' notice. And the third guy, not really sure yet. So we are right now kind of actively going through all the people. There's lots of them that express interest in leasing onto us. So we're kind of going through them and going to start reaching out and trying to talk to people and see where to go. We want to make sure our personalities fit. We want to make sure that we want people that are willing to run like we do, um, so that we can keep working with the same brokers and they expect a certain thing out of us now.
right.
I don't want them to be disappointed, but yeah, so just send us an email and we'll talk more about it. Um,
Yeah, real quick. DAT put something out. It's actually TCIcapital.com. National average flatbed rates are 234 per mile, same as in March. So I mean, look, there's information. My screen's messed up. Um, do your research. From what I am reading today, there are still many companies out there trying to hire like crazy. Um, these mega companies, they still have freight to move, and it just, in my opinion, proves that there's still transportation. This transportation business is still growing. Um,
yeah, and it seems like there'll be a lot of the older guys that have been doing it for a while that's going to start getting to the point where they're going to start falling off a little bit too.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things people are seeing. The millennials generation, they don't really want to get into this business. Um, you got some of the older guys in there that I think on average are going to retire within 10 to 20 years. So that right there is a void that's going to need to be filled. So it's just, there's a lot of information out there.
Yeah, these millennials, they don't want these sort of jobs, and they say they see it coming with a shortage not only in transportation but just regular trade jobs like plumbing and stuff like that. Because this new generation of millennials, there tend to be, if any are millennials out there, it's not negative, but they tend to be the ones that more tend to want to do jobs behind the screen and run vlogs and cry and complain about everything, um, than do these actual like hardworking trade jobs sort of thing. They want to create their own college degrees on whatever it is they want to do.
Yeah,
So
whatever. So happy pappy, yeah, you old heads.
us poor older guys.
Yeah, you old heads, which it's a railroad term for you old guys. So I don't know if we're losing interest or
We actually got called up.
yeah, we got called up. So I guess we'll end it there. Hopefully we didn't bore you too much. Anything else before we say goodnight?
You guys have anything else? Yep, Grok, we are still on. What, did you disappear?
Where you been, Grok?
Really? You missed all the good stuff.
Yeah, he was on there for the first 30 seconds and
Bailed.
bailed out on us.
South Georgia, you still there? You have to put our horse and buggy away.
I was thinking Model T, but I guess you want to put yourself older than that.
Your job's not that important. You can watch us.
Really?
Grok, come on.
You just tell your boss, let's sit down and enjoy this.
Yes.
With your popcorn.
Michael, okay, I'll look for your email. Try to get back to it tonight.
Yeah, we got some emails in there we got to get back to.
What paperwork were brokers asked when getting a load? So, first, Josh, do you have your own authority? Can't answer that. That'll help me understand.
This is the thing he does.
So I'm going to assume that you have your own authority. If you have your own authority, okay, but you're going to work under your own authority, I'm assuming. So you're asking when you get your own authority, what will they ask for? So when you work under your own authority, what you get to do, and it's loads and loads of fun, especially as you're new and setting up, you'll talk to the broker, and then they're going to send you a link, usually for a carrier packet. A lot of them are just like electronic, to where you go and you go in and you type everything in, you sign it there, you send it back to them. Some of them are sent in the format where they're meant to be printed off. Well, we were having a problem where we couldn't stop and print things off all the time. So I went and downloaded and get them back in time for them to get it. You know, they're impatient. They want their carrier packet, the rate card, and everything signed. So I downloaded the PDF app. And then when you open those emails, you can go take it in the PDF app. You can actually type in the information, sign it, email it back to them. So I suggest getting that first of all. Second, what it is a carrier packet that they're going to ask for. It's going to go over things like you're going to put in your just general information, your MC number, your EIN number, your name, how many trucks, trailers you have, where you want to work, you know, which areas of the country, just general information about you and your company. Then there'll be a contract, carrier contract with them, just pretty much, you know, saying whatever, that you're carrying the goods for them, that you can't take that job and then broker it out to somebody else and whatever. And you'll sign all that. Then they have you get a COI, which is a certificate of insurance from your insurance company, listing them as a lien holder on it. So you'll have to request that every time you have a new broker. And they'll keep it on file though until your insurance renews, which ours just is renewing on Sunday. So now all these brokers I spent the last 6 months building up and doing all the carrier packets for are sending us emails and saying we need to send in new insurance certificates. So that's going to be a pain in the butt. But anyway, so you'll send that in. You'll have to send a copy of your authority into them. You have to send in, if you're using a factoring company, you have to send in their letter of assignment. So you'll just take all those things, you'll send it into them. They'll get you set up. They'll send you back what is called a rate con. I don't know if you're familiar with those right now. On that, we'll say you're agreeing to take this load for this amount of money from here to there, and you sign it, send it back, and then that rate con is what you'll turn in. If you're using a factoring company, you'll turn in that rate con with the signed VOL and send it into your factoring company. If you're billing yourself, I have never done that, but usually you'll send the same thing, rate con, signed VOL, into whatever address they tell you to send it into. So that's kind of how that works. Hopefully I answered it.
Uber, since I signed up for my authority, I've been getting nonstop emails about Uber loads. I can't answer that. I have never looked into Uber Freight. So sorry, Slow Lane, I can't help you out that answer.
Grok, I think everything you're explaining is completely over people's head. Well, I don't know how else to tell it besides that's what you do. Translate it for me, Grok. I don't really know what to say besides, I don't know.
Don't you have a job to do, Grok?
Yeah, I thought you had a job to do, and that job isn't making fun of us.
Really?
As long as it's just Justin.
Yeah, I can take it. I'm man enough. My shoulders are big enough to handle that. Happy Pappy, HP printer. See, you are in the Stone Ages.
No, printer scanner.
As in my truck.
Yeah, but if you could eliminate all that, just get the app on your phone or your tablet that's a PDF thing, and it does everything there. You don't have to scan, you don't have to print. You just open it up in the PDF format, you type it in, you sign it, and you email it back. And then you hit save, and it saves that contract, that rate con, right there in those files. So when I go back and need to find something, they're saved right in that PDF app. Josh, I'm glad that helped answer it, but as you're actually getting out there on your own, you have more questions. There's a lot to learn. We were really worried at first in that part. not laughing at Josh, but anyways, there's a lot to learn. I didn't know where the BOL came from, bill of lading, all those sort of things. So as you're getting ready, you have more questions, feel free to contact us. I'll help you the best I can. Croc, it's not you, it's a process. Nope, you hurt my feelings now. Happy Pappy, I understood it. I use a flip phone.
It's not a flip
Seriously?
phone. It's one of those dial phones.
Do you, do you seriously still have a flip phone? Then what do you get on YouTube with? Like a computer? Is it a desktop?
It's one of those big dinosaurs, runs off of DOS.
Do you have dial-up internet still? A flip phone. I didn't even know those still existed. The receiver signs your bill of lading like on an iPad.
They can.
Ours is always just a paper.
But usually when you pick up your loads, they'll give you a bill of lading. Which, real quick, there are some places that don't have them, so you need to find somewhere. Get a template of bill of lading, that way you can fill everything out yourself in case you don't have one.
We just found one online when I Googled or searched it, and it came up straight bill of lading. So I just used the general straight bill of lading. 99% of the time you get them, especially picking up at factories. The other times that I haven't is a lot of times if it's like equipment, forklifts, vehicles, stuff like that. So always have them in your truck because you're going to have to fill them out and make sure you have the shipper sign it before you leave. That's stating that you're allowed to take that item from there, so there's no issues.
BOL is your paycheck.
Yes.
Holy dinosaur.
Rock, flip phone, holy dinosaur. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, you told Don about that.
Yeah.
App. Yeah. Awesome app. Sign everything right there. Fill out your paperwork.
Happy Pappy, we're dinosaurs. Don, you have a flip phone too? Really? So there's two still in existence. They're not extinct yet.
Yeah.
My phone is built to military specs. When I drop it, all the sides of the truck, it still works. It also floats. Is it like a submarine too? Or what are those cars that can also turn into a boat or something?
Amphibious
cars. Yeah. So his phone's amphibious?
Must be.
It floats, so it don't sink.
It's got an inner tube around it.
So when you're swimming in the water off of your island and it falls out of your pocket, it'll float right beside you.
I'm telling you, he lives in the Pumpkin Keys.
Well, he don't have to swim in the water around his island. You just got to swim through Florida with the way it rains. Maxwell's. I don't know. What was Maxwell's smart shoe?
Like answering this. Hello.
The phones. That's funny. Happy Mother's Day to all the hardworking mothers. Thank you, Todd. Happy Pappy. I've had a Mac desktop at home and a Dell laptop in the truck.
Southern Georgia, Dave. He brought his desktop.
I know. Do you
still under Southern Georgia?
Yeah. Do you still have that in your truck? You had a whole setup going there, like an office and everything.
I think we lost him.
Nothing like AOL and a flip phone. That's funny. I've dropped it in the water before and it floated. I just picked it up and wiped it off. That would be nice, though. South Georgia, you better be there.
Oh, we lost him. I was going to comment on one of his comments.
Yeah, I'm going to text him and tell him. Where'd he go?
Information for him. I'm dispatch myself. Well, if you need a dispatcher.
Yeah.
We got Jackson. Here we go again with
Happy Pappy, if you have just the old dinosaur phone, how do you dispatch yourself? Do you use your laptop in the truck to dispatch? Is that what you use? And what kind of internet do you use for it? Do you have like Wi-Fi, or what do you use then for your laptop? I'm seriously just curious how that would work.
AOL almost online. I've never seen that. That's true. Just hold on. It's dialing up.
Yeah, and then if too many users run, it'd ring busy.
Yeah. I'm glad we didn't have to go through that very long.
So South Georgia ditched us because he had to go walk his dog.
Oh, you tell him I had a securement question for him, a comment for him.
Well, maybe he'll come back.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think it's a little too late for that. I find those Dell and call the broker. Verizon hotspot in the truck. Yeah.
Almost done behind. That is so
That
funny.
is almost.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Sometimes forget it's holidays coming up when
Yeah.
I find loads on the Dell and then call the broker. So you have a Verizon hotspot in the truck. So that's just like a little, like a wireless thing on the Dell. So how does that work, Happy Pappy? Because you just always do cars, right? You're a car hauler. So do you find all of them in the same location typically, or are you constantly like trying to find one and then you wait to fill your truck before you start moving? Or I always kind of wondered how that worked because I didn't know if it'd take quite a while to fill your truck, or if you thought, do you fill it and then drop one off and try to find another one right away to go on that? I just always wondered how that worked. Yeah, do you get a lot of them at the same place, like an auction or dealership?
Then he probably puts them on barge and ships them overseas. I'm telling you, someone said that tanker must have had crack in it.
I know. I had told Justin that there's probably something in there.
Probably.
And the only reason I know that there's not because that the people we took it to, they were very nice people. And he was the people we took it to, they were very nice, and they were actually really ticked off when they found out the $2,500 they paid for shipping did not go for shipping. That's what I wondered, Happy Pappy, if sometimes it was hard to get things to fall into place. But I wasn't sure how that worked. You know, we see car haulers all the time going down the road, and I just wondered how they put those together. You know, I knew it was probably a little bit different than how we put things together.
But back to Jackson up there. What does AYE mean? You gotta help us out here.
I? Is it like aye, Captain?
These young folks.
Hotshot Dave has good hauling hard can. Hey, is that Happy Pappy? Hotshot Dave?
Hotshot Dave.
I know Slow Lane says Hotshot Dave has a good car hauling channel.
I'm telling you. Yeah, see?
He's probably like a really famous person out there.
Probably. It just goes under this name.
Yeah, I saw that picture you sent us. I just wondered how that worked. Some were one stop, pick up, drop, others were miles apart. So when you drop one off and you have miles, so you drop the other ones off, do you try to fill that empty spot with something in between the next spot? That's what I wondered too. Or if you typically end up getting all empty and then you start putting more on.
Yeah, Kenny Chevy offers that. They've offered that quite a while now, especially have OnStar, but my Ford truck actually offers it for Wi-Fi. I just never used it because of Verizon. We got a unlimited plan.
Does it actually work pretty well though? I wonder that Wi-Fi in the truck.
I'm sure it does. I mean, it's AT&T Wi-Fi. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
What's in the Chevy?
I don't know what's in Chevrolet. It's just one that it's not a truck.
Oh, so we can get Wi-Fi in our truck?
We've had this conversation a million
I thought
times.
it just meant we could use our Wi-Fi off of the phone in the truck, but you can buy it like you can Chevy.
We got a subscription with it.
What? Do we have Wi-Fi in there right now?
We gotta set it up because we didn't need it.
Well, why? It was free. We could have saved our Wi-Fi.
Well, we got an unlimited plan.
Still, Why didn't you put that in there? We could have saved on the limited plan for a few months.
I got to deal with this for thousands and thousands of miles. It's conversations we've had over and over and over.
No, you don't. Take your square hand and
Run to Kansas, drop them off, then reload, return to Florida. So
yeah, that would be bad.
yeah. I guess before Carrie beats me up here, anything else before we say goodnight?
I'm glad we got to do this tonight. We've been wanting to do that again for you guys. We can actually get up to 1,000 subscribers. Come on, people.
We're trying.
We can get up there. Then this will be a lot easier. We can do them a lot more often, and the quality would be a lot better than just on a desktop or a laptop computer.
I
yeah.
guess I'll get loads on.
Yep.
So what was that? Hotshot Dave. I'm gonna look this up.
Happy Pappy, will you confirm or deny on whether you are Hotshot Dave? 1,400 miles. They had a deadhead. Am I reading that right? 1,400 miles to get a load? That's like halfway cross country. Why would you? It's not me.
Nope, this guy drives a Dodge.
Nope, not Happy Pappy.
Hold on.
I can't believe it. You got that's right? 1,400, not 140. Could you imagine deadheading that long?
Hotshot Dave. Look, do you have any sons with the name Dave that drive a Dodge?
It's not me. It's funny.
Well, I mean, he didn't say he didn't know the guy. Hotshot Dave.
All right, well, we have some still hanging around here. You guys have any other questions for us? Oh, yes, but they said the little pay now. Sure, would have to make a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you guys have anything else you want to add, any other questions, hopefully we'll have another video going up, the part 2 to what you guys would have just watched yesterday and kind of wrapping up last week.
The to be continued.
The to be continued one. Hopefully I'll have that up tomorrow night and plan on going out Monday and heading toward the Northeast. So that might be a little bit of change of scenery. And, you know, I have a boy, David, in the Philippines. He's 11.
Is he being serious or
Maybe.
not? I don't know.
That'd be neat, though, to go to the Philippines.
Yeah, it would.
Were you in the military, Happy Pappy?
I
don't know. I can't remember. Wait, I think you did.
I think he said his father was.
Oh, John, thank you. God bless you too. Have a safe week.
Absolutely.
Don, what states do you usually repeat in? I think we have every state from Michigan all the way down to Mississippi, all the way over and all the way up to Maine. We haven't been in Maine yet. We pretty much ran in just about every square inch over and over again. But we tend to take weeks and repeat. So, you know, we spent several weeks in a row in the Northeast. And now we've spent probably 2 months running in the South, mainly like along Tennessee and Alabama, the Carolinas, like Georgia, running around that area. Next week, we're going to try to go up to the Northeast and run up in that area. So we'll stay up there. Yeah, I don't like it up there. We went through there last week, and as soon as I got in there, and I just wanted to go back to the South.
Yeah. I talked to another hotshot guy. He said he does kind of the same thing. Seems like when you get stuck in a rut, it's the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah.
Till you finally dig your way out of that state.
So we do want to do Northeast next week, but we need to be home next weekend for our daughter's birthday. So that's one reason we're going that way, because when we go Northeast, we know we can always get home, have just a 5-day week, get home. Seems like when we go south, we almost have to stay out a week and a half or 2 weeks at a time, just because you start moving and everything's so spread out. But after her birthday, we actually want to kind of go to the west and try that way. We haven't done much
Yeah,
that way. We want
we'll
to try
hit the
Missouri
West.
and Oklahoma and all that sort of stuff. So,
So real quick, Southern Georgia, he's back, so it's time to sign off.
so
Now,
what's your securement question? Real quick.
I have a securement
Michael,
issue.
good video. Thank you. Good night to you as well. I'm glad you got to catch us, Norman. Have a great night. Happy Pappy. Nope, his dad was in the Korean War. That's what I
what I thought,
remember.
yeah,
Thank you,
military.
Norman. Happy Mother's Day.
Good areas.
Northeast by far is the best.
Michigan, Indiana,
Ohio, Pennsylvania.
Kentucky's pretty good.
Yeah, around the Louisville area. Those are all really good. There's a lot of industries in those areas.
You get free truck washes in Florida. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a truck wash, it's a drowning. You got to go down there, scuba gear or snorkel.
We'll get to South Georgia in a second, but yeah, Justin has a video. I think it'll be in this next one I'm putting out of those bugs you guys have down there right now. What are they? Love bugs?
Yeah, I guess they're love bugs.
Those things it was so wild. They're popping into the truck. They're crazy.
Yeah, I had enough of that. I got out and looked like the front of a truck had facial hair stubble.
Then Derek Carr said, "Oh yeah, I'm back to
Hit
the casino."
Doing a reset in Reno.
Okay, I guess.
Not planning loans fell through. You better get a loan.
Really, you might run out of money
unless you hit it big.
So South Georgia, he did answer my question. He does not, for those of you wondering, he does not have the full computer in his truck anymore. He has a laptop, so that's a no-go. Justin, you're saying something about securement.
Yeah, I made a comment to you, Roberts. Are you Southern Georgia? I don't know what you want me to call you. I don't know if your name's a secret out there. I guess it still is. Anyways, a belly wrap is not considered part of a securement. Just say you belly wrap a bunch of pipes. You got 2 belly wraps, and that's all you have. DOT sees that as not secured. I think partially because that is actually getting the straps are getting pulled in different directions, as opposed to when you secure everything, it pushes down on it with one strap. Now you can belly wrap to keep things together, but from my understanding, maybe Happy Pappy or can help me out on this. A belly wrap is not part of the securement. So I guess I want to clear that up since you commented back on it. And so where are we at? Florida, rain, bugs.
Is it warm out where you're at today, South Georgia? Because it was warm in Pennsylvania yesterday, but I didn't know if the freezing cold went your way or not.
Best areas are Florida. Carrier pigeon. It was, Todd. I'm hoping you've seen our video. We were walking in rain that was a foot deep. I had shoes on. All of a sudden, the sky just opened up rain, and I had to go swim to my truck.
Yeah, that video you saw of the water seriously above our ankle, that happened within just a couple minutes. The
sky opened up. Yeah.
It was crazy. And then I have those pictures in there and their cars, pictures of cars that are where they were doing construction, and they almost got covered with water, and that was all within just a short time.
Yeah, you got to have an amphibious truck down there to do hotshotting. And Happy Pappy, I never belly wrapped a car. You're the FMCSA human Bible, so I was hoping for a better answer there.
I guess he wouldn't have had to do
that. I just figured you knew that answer.
Feels good with the windows down. Can't sleep that way though. I wouldn't be able to either.
No, mosquitoes will run off with you up here, which sure it's the same down there.
Yeah, I know you probably have that bad in the south, don't you? South Georgia. Yeah, do you have a lot of that during the summer down there? So they get really humid in South Georgia. I'm assuming it does, the rest of it.
You get the love bugs there.
And also, for you that's used to the south, does this feel really cold then when you come up north? We get some here in the summer and it rains 6 inches an hour. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
It rains
Walk
like
outside with
6 inches in a
snorkel on.
minute. I would love to look that one up. Gnats in Georgia are the worst. They're pretty bad up here too.
Yeah, I don't like those love bugs. Those things
Wash them off the paint. They eat the paint. He said you were washing them at the truck when we.
Yeah, I tried to.
Does it make it miserable in the summer down there? All the gnats and stuff that you have to sit outside.
See, every time we're down in Georgia, it was pretty. I liked it down there.
Yeah,
Where was we?
we
Do you
were
remember?
when we stayed in Blue Ridge.
No, when we were just took that load through there.
The time that we were in like 3 in there.
We're coming out of Jacksonville going up.
We were like Dandridge.
Bainbridge.
Bainbridge,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bainbridge. That was a pretty
That was
area.
very pretty.
Which probably wasn't too far from.
Humidity is 67 right now and 81 degrees.
Yeah.
At what point does it start feeling cold to you, Happy Pappy?
It's probably cold now. He's probably down there with a parka and a hat on.
The acid bugs will eat the paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody told us that they only come out every 5 years or something.
I think so.
The love bugs.
So right now it's 46 and there's actually a wind chill of 44 with rain.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, that's cold. That's cold to us.
Yeah, I'm rethinking the Northeast next week. If it wasn't for our daughter's party, I'd be going south again. I can't stand this cold. I hate it. I'm cold at 70. And 70 in Ohio, people think, it's full summer. We got them out in spaghetti straps and short shorts. I don't my truck above 20. What are you gonna do? Did you get your air conditioning all fixed there for your truck? Did you get that worked out? What are you gonna do in the summer? Went to Vegas this summer. Say hello, Marissa.
You guys are live
We're live.
for 2 hours?
Yep.
Yeah.
You gonna come say hello? Twice a year, every year. Oh, they come out twice a year? Those bugs? Is that what he's saying? Or that it's only 70 twice a year? Went to Vegas this summer and it got up to 112. I'm from Indiana. It felt like 80, 90 to me. Yeah.
It's warm. Love bugs were created by FSU. I'm not familiar with that is. Florida State University. They accidentally released.
Somebody said that.
Yeah, Southern Georgia.
Oh,
I don't know.
really? Who knows?
Yeah, Negan's been in this video many times.
What do you do?
It's in? Good. Because didn't you, in the video had of it, didn't you have a problem with getting it in? Like the generator or something was causing problems? I wondered if you finally got that to work. Because I bet it'd get really hot in there in the summer. Otherwise, I couldn't imagine. When do you get to go back home? South Georgia? Are you just running out this week? Ant Mound, hello.
Hey, man, I've been wanting to text you, ask you if you got your trailer.
The love bugs is twice a year. Really?
Are we still talking about bugs?
Yeah, I saw the Happy Pappy.
I'm talking about Happy Pappy.
Oh, the AC unit was DOA. I couldn't remember if it was that or your didn't he get like what's it called that makes things work? The generator
inverter
or whatever. So it was the AC unit was that a new AC unit? Is broke when you got it?
I think so. I got on Amazon.
Oh, so you'll be home next week then, South Georgia. So that's probably one reason Lita just decided to stay at home. Yeah.
Yeah, I took care of your ducks. We got ducks, by the way.
Yeah, we have 2 ducks now. Open box.
They went crazy with that water.
So did you have to have them replace the whole thing, the whole unit?
So Ant Man, you got I'm glad you got your trailer.
Did he say what trailer he got?
No, which one did you go with?
It said years ago somebody had the bright idea to introduce love bugs, eat the mosquitoes. They don't, and nothing eats the love bugs. So you heard that too, Happy Pappy, that they were some man-made bug? They were really bad down
Yeah,
there.
they are. Those things pop, 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 pop.
Oh, blame you. I'm glad you got one though. That's gonna be hot in there.
Maybe humans will start eating them. Good source of protein.
You never had AC for 33 years. Is that what you didn't mean 3? You said 33 years in Florida. Do you have one now? They ordered the wrong trailer for me, so I'm still waiting. Should be around mid-June now. Definitely man-made. That's crazy. Man-made bugs.
It's not man-made.
Not me,
They were introduced.
but brought into this. I don't know. They look like it could be some sort of weird
Those things
DNA.
are crazy. Where they sting you or bite you?
Probably leaves like these big welts in the
Yeah.
house. I'm in now. It has central air. Well, that's gotta feel really good. Do you ever have to turn your heat on?
Yeah, central air is opening all the windows up.
What's winter get like where you're at, South Georgia? Do you see it get down to like freezing temperatures? Yeah, do you ever see snow down there?
I think we're losing people. Definitely man-made.
That's
Those
funny.
things are crazy. I've never seen such thing, especially not a bug storm like that.
They don't sting. Freezes. Oh, but only snows every 10 years.
Well, that sucks.
So I bet they flip out and don't know how to drive when you get snow on the ground.
Yeah.
You're running heat in Michigan still?
I'm
Really?
over it. I
What's-
refuse to. Once it hits probably November or April 15th, it's done. The heat's getting turned off.
Are you in like a more northern part of Michigan? Michigan gets hit with a lot more snow and stuff than us too. I feel bad. The lake effect snow.
Let's see, get Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
We get Lake Erie, Lake
What-
polluted.
What is freezing temperatures though? Define freezing temperatures for Florida. Is that
69.
60? Is that considered freezing in Florida and you turn your heat on? I mean,
He's up until like this.
oh yeah, you're pretty,
He's north.
yeah. So Cadillac, I think those more toward the west. So do you even get like the lake effect?
Yeah,
Josh, I can't remember if you're up and running yet or not or what, but if you're up in Michigan, there's a lot of loads in that area too. You do see below 32. Jeez. Freeze warning in Michigan.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, Josh, when you get up and running, there's a lot of industries in Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan's a great area.
Yeah, there's a lot up there. There's several brokers that we work with that do a lot up in Michigan. I know this is still kind of off topic, but South Georgia, have you always lived in that area? Did you grow up in that area? I'd like to learn more about Georgia. I really liked it. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Our ultimate goal one day is to move somewhere south, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, something. Aunt said 25.9 top hat trailer.
Yeah, that's the one 8 mile they got you into. Either way, I'm glad you got got it figured out.
Yeah. In the mid 80s, a lot of freeze. I heard though, not even. Seems like it wasn't all that long ago though, wasn't there another pretty bad freeze that wiped out some oranges and stuff like that? Remember that?
Yeah, I don't remember. They freeze them. They cover them with water and freeze them and defall them.
You were born in South Dakota, South Georgia. You've lived everywhere. So, do you like where you're at the most, though? Like, is that where you see yourself staying? Since you've been everywhere, you probably have a good idea
Really, what dryer sheets? That's interesting.
to remove the love bugs. Like,
Amazing.
use the dryer sheets to get them off your truck. Emma, are you in Alabama? Was he in Alabama?
Yeah, I think he's
Or
Alabama.
Mississippi?
Somewhere down there.
Yeah, so you get them down there too?
By the way, I know what you're doing tomorrow. Scrubbing the blood bugs off.
Marissa, pick
And
that up.
technical difficulties. Good job, you blew the bulb.
It's Mother's Day. I'm not.
That's for Mother's Day.
Yeah,
It's
Mother's
working.
Day is going to be spent prepping and cooking and everything else.
Soft enough not to scratch.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing tomorrow.
Nope.
Did you build my duck thing?
Uh,
I definitely on the agenda for
do it
tomorrow.
I gotta build you.
Am I buying thing?
So I think we're kind of getting off topic here, and I think we've lost a lot of people. And Grok must have went back to work again instead of watching us. So I mean, if anybody else don't have anything else they want to say or whatever, we'll probably call it a night. We got so much stuff we got to get done this weekend, and before we hit back out on Monday. If there's anything you guys want to see when we do our videos or not see or whatever, give us suggestions on what you want to see and
We'll see
do,
what we
and
can put together for you and help you out. And
we'll try to get part 2 up tomorrow. The anticipation, right? You want to know
to
what
be
happened
continued.
next?
Did we film that?
I don't know. Maybe we gave too much away. They'll
Maybe
still
we
have to
did.
watch. And now I'm gonna get off and find something to eat for bed, and I get to watch South Georgia's video since you watched it without me. I want to watch it. Don't tell me what happened. He's always got something funny that happened or something. Yeah, I want to see Justin tarping in the Florida rain too.
You know what? I worked for the railroad for many years. Working in the rain is not that big of a deal to me.
But could you imagine lifting those tarps as heavy as they are,
Yeah, I
and it
can
start
imagine.
raining like it did down there? That would weigh those down so much.
And what I would do is get under the tarp and just lay there.
But I forget what I was saying. So we can wrap it up. I'm gonna go watch South Georgia's video.
I'll just tell you what happened. He moved a load from one spot to another.
Yeah, but he always has something that happens, like lost bread, the things in his truck being taken back off. Like he always has something that happens.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's gonna happen in this episode?
Yeah.
And he just rolls with it. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
I try not to go up north in the wintertime either.
Yeah. So you got Adam.
Yeah, I bet.
Good night. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Trailers is too slick when wet. Hey, real quick, and I don't know if this will give away. No. I forget. He said the trailers are too wet. We went to deliver in somewhere around Miami that day that we filmed and our feet was wet. And they wasn't going to unload us because they said it was too wet to drive the forklifts down.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And so Justin had to get on the phone to the broker because we had another load we had to get, and Justin had to get on the phone to the broker and tell them pretty much they're going to get him off, or he's going to start throwing this stuff off piece by piece. And sure enough, they found their way down with the thing.
Yeah, the broker didn't want to pay. He yelled at us that it was our fault, that it was raining, and they couldn't unload. So I finally went to him and told him, I said, I'm unloading this. I'm going to hand unload this thing. So finally, one of the workers came out and said, I'll take care of that for you.
But they didn't want to because they said it was too wet.
Yeah, my guess is they don't like the rain. They melt.
South Georgia, I was dropped a few times. Does that have something to do with your video? Does that have something to do with this video?
I don't know. My guess is a kid.
Is that what you mean? You were dropped a few times as a kid? What does that mean? Help us. I can't remember. My brain is fried, so I must have asked you something.
Mike used to talk about his video. He was dropped a few times as a kid.
What is that? Oh, is that why? Like you're always roaming around, not knowing what you're
Forgetful.
doing because you're dropped a few times?
No, I think.
What is that?
Hey Norman, thank you for watching.
Yeah,
Have a
good night. Just get wet. Some places won't do anything outside during a storm because of lightning. It was over though. They said that the ramps was too wet to drive
Yeah,
on.
that guy had no problem getting back up his ramp.
And Robert, that explains a lot, but I'm glad you were because you make things interesting. Hey, and don't feel bad because our brains are fried. I don't know what it is. I think it's
Yeah.
3 kids that suck the life out of you. But that's why you'll often find in our videos we sit there and stare at the camera and can't remember what it is we were saying and start rambling.
Happy Patrick, I've fallen off mine a couple times, didn't land well.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, you need some spiked boots. Tie
Yeah,
yourself down.
that wouldn't be good at all. Well,
Yeah, on my head.
I know that's what we said. We said that's funny.
All right, I think we're losing people. Thank you for joining us live. And
Hurricane season.
yeah, love bugs.
Yeah. Oh, you guys know how to get a hold of us. You can email us, kylehollerllc@gmail, and
If there's anything else,
let us know. We'll try to do a live again. We'll maybe take our computer with us this weekend. But get those numbers up for us, and we won't have to do that. South Georgia, you got plenty of people. Send them our way.
I'll take a few of them.
Come on, don't be stingy.
Yeah, you don't need that many.
I'm telling you, I told them about you, so you probably gained 1 whole subscriber out of ours. Because we know they all know you anyhow. I mean, we talked to somebody at a hotel the other night that knew you.
Yeah, we did. They didn't have a clue who he was.
But they knew who you were. And somebody else we were talking to him about you. Oh, that guy. Well, I was on the phone to you that day when we were waiting at the industry, and Justin was asking if he watched you.
Live.
She said when she see 3 people. Hey, the first time we had one, I didn't even expect to see 3 people. I know why. That's why you're funny.
Car wreck.
I know why people like watching you. You're funny and you're just very real. That's funny. Who?
Happy Patrick said that.
To South Georgia? Is he still Oakville there?
Southern Hill.
Thank you.
Oh yeah,
We're
be on the
trying.
road here soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Good luck. Yeah, I don't know if you're doing it in your own authority or what you're doing, but
Yeah,
good
I
luck.
think so.
If you have any questions, ask us. We'll help you the best we can. We don't know everything, but we can help you with what we've learned and are learning.
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. So I guess.
Happy Pappy, go enjoy the night in one of your many houses.
On Pumpkin Key.
On Pumpkin Key. Robert, enjoy your evening in the rough stop. South Georgia. Enjoy your, I'm not sure. You got to clarify what we're supposed to call you here. Hope you enjoy it. Get moving next week, and your last week, turns out good for you. And
Need to fix supper. It's 10 o'clock.
I know. I haven't had one neither. It's been a busy day. We hardly have any time.
I
So
skipped my 4th meal.
yeah.
So I gotta go make up for my 4th and 5th meal.
When you get 2 days home, you don't have much time to do anything.
No.
That's for sure.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit this.
South Georgia said anything. All right, then we'll call you Robert. South Georgia Robert.
South Robert, Georgia.
Robert, Georgia.
South Robert. Southern
Funny
Georgia
guy.
Robert.
Trucking hours for meals. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's an adjustment.
Yep.
All right.
So, all right, guys. Good night. Thank
Stay
you
safe.
for
God bless.
watching. you'll see us hopefully in a new video tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have some good, entertaining, but encouraging content next week. Praying for a good week. We
Yep.
need it.
You guys lock your doors.
Lock your doors.
Yeah, if you're in a rest stop.
Night.
Yeah, roll up your windows, Robert.
Night.
Lock your doors.
And, good night.
Good night, guys.